Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 8R Stars Cup Battle of Regions. My name is Crowns, and I will be driving and piloting you throughout this entire program today. So be sure to stay tuned, stay connected, as we're about to have the time of our lives. To be honest, I've actually been quite anticipating this one, and it's glad to see that I'm going to be actually casting this one for today. So be sure to stay tuned, stay connected as we get through all the day. Today we're going to be playing in the group finals, 5 matches per day. It started yesterday. Today is going to be the second day, and the top three from each of this group, aka the top three from this group, and three special invites would make it into the grand finals where they have 18 teams playing 5 matches per day. So you do know that these teams are fighting it out for that top three because top three is really what matters. And when we start to look at the top three, like I said, today is the second day. We can already see CLE Sports currently being number one on the top of the board. DE, I say a couple of fans there. That's going to be none other but Dead Eyes guys out there in second position. CMF out there in third. Raw MN in fourth. And to be honest, I'm just looking at the numbers. It is still anyone's game. That top three is still up for grabs. 67 points for first place. It does look like CL Sports is running away with it, but we do know that that is just the result of one day. A lot can change in 2 days, and guess what, there's still another day of games tomorrow, so you want to make sure that you're keeping up with the consistency. And speaking of consistency, of course, Silly Sports is number one. They would have two players in that top MVP rankings. 14 eliminations for Kirito, so we're definitely keeping an eye out for him. DE Claw. We have the side there of Sanchi from Raw Esports. To be honest, I'm really looking at these numbers that they're able to pull up 11 eliminations. It's still quite close. So you do know that that MVP is still up for grabs. So definitely still a lot to fight for here in the 8R Stars Cup Battle of Regions. But you've just got to admire those damage numbers also coming in through. Each one of those players having over 2,000 damage. You do know they're putting it in into work. Two positions here. We're looking at the side there of City Sports and Dead Eyes guys, number one and number two, respectively. Two chicken dinners from the side of City Sports. You can understand why they're currently number one on the board. Dead Eyes guys with the consistency, having average survival time of 22 minutes. You can already tell that these guys are doing whatever it takes to make sure they're getting into those final phases of the game. Now, today it will be a question to them as to how well they can close out the games and how well they're able to show us what they're made of. So I'm keeping my eye out on them to see how it's going to work. And speaking of today, we're going to be having 5 games to go. Starting all the way with Erangel, we go over to the sandy dunes of Miramar. Then we go into a little bit of mid-game or midday crisis and chaos. It's going to be none other but Sandhawk. We move on next to Erangel, and then we close things off back in the desert. You just want to have everyone, tanning and, having a lot of vibes when we close off the day. So to be honest, looking at the 5 games of today, I'm really anticipating this one, seeing how well it goes. Coming, having that Sandhawk in the middle, I think it's necessary to dictate out the remaining 2 games are going to be. Sandhawk is that map that we know that is very random. You can't really predict what is going to happen in that map. So that being said, if once that Sandhawk comes through, whatever nerves you were feeling in the first 2 games of the day, you're definitely getting rid of that, and you do know that you're going to move on to the next. And speaking of moving on, you know what to do when you're watching the stream. You've got to hit that subscribe button because this is brought to us by 8R Organization Esports. So be sure to hit them up on Instagram, follow them on all social media. It's not really hard, just tap that follow. I heard it's free 99. Just want to do it for free, and definitely be sure to give them a follow because without them, really, we wouldn't be here. So we're really looking forward to seeing how well they're going to play. And to be honest, they actually have put a lot of money going into this tournament and not just about the prize pool. So definitely appreciating them, the side here of 8R Organization Esports. But that being said, guys, I am very excited about this one. Seeing the way that leaderboard already is looking, it already shows that these teams are going to be here for all the action and all the drama. And to be honest, when we start to look at PUBG Mobile, we know that we love that action, we love the drama. That is exactly what we play this game for. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those teams come through. A couple of teams on the bottom of the board, so I'm kind of keeping my eye out for them because I know like these guys have what it takes to actually bring themselves back up to the top of the leaderboard. So really keeping my eye out on the side there of DRS, looking at what exactly they're going to do going into this game. I see a lot of Star Esports fans in the chat. Definitely going to keep an eye out for Star Esports because I really want to see what they're going to do going into today's game. So to be honest, guys, let me know. Apart from Star Sports, really, who are you rooting out for? Who's that team that you think is going to continue? Do you think that these guys can keep up with the consistency? Do you think he's going to be the side there of Roy Sports continue to show us that they are supreme, or even CMF showing us what they've got going on? To be honest, I'm keeping my eye out because, as I said, only the top three teams are going to be making it into the next stage, into the grand finals. It's not just the next stage anymore. It is the grand finals because this is the finals of the group stages. I know that this group stage finals is what they're fighting out here for. But that being said, man, if you watched yesterday's games, you pretty much know that these teams are in for all that drama. And I'm currently, want to just emphasize a little bit on that map, distribution because, as I said, we're starting all the way in Erangel, going over to Myanmar. That Erangel to get things started, everyone's map, we pretty much know how it goes. Those hot drops is not something that would really see there in the map there of Erangel because everyone pretty much knows the games. Rotational clusters is something that I'm expecting to see because teams definitely know this map. Everyone pretty much has an idea of the POIs, and we're going to start seeing contention for those POIs when we start to see those rotations come through. Because when the map goes through, once you have that military island zone, there's teams that want to fight it out on the bridge. There's teams that want to actually go over to the military base. Once we're up there on the north, we're looking at places like Pochinki Hill, we're looking at Potato Hill. When we go further north, we're looking at Rozok, we're looking at the outskirts of Rozok, we're looking at the bridges, and that and so that's what really makes Erangel the fact that everyone pretty much knows how this game goes. So yeah, we know how the map works, and we're not gonna see those hot drops. I don't expect to see hot drops when we go into the game. I'm expecting to just see when we start those rotations, that's where teams will start hitting each other up because it's not very easy to try to rotate it to the same spot on a map that has not too many points of interest. I mean, there is quite a lot if you look at it, but once that zone constraint starts to come through, that is where it starts to become a little bit troublesome. But that being said, I'm currently looking at the other teams there. High Voltage in Nepal, under Gangi Sports, Vikings. I think those are teams that have called my name. I also see that DRS and ZCXGSM really is here also. These are teams that, I know personally, and I'm really keeping an eye out for them to kind of see what they've got going on, what they're going to bring, and what they're going to showcase going into the rest of these games. It is top three. The battle is definitely strong. It is really a battle of regions, and I like the fact that 8R has really put battle of regions. Just a couple of moments now, and we'll be getting the game started. I'm really looking forward to getting this game started. And I just have to say, first game of the day, Erangel, keep my eye out. Who lands in Pochinki? Let me know. Who lands in Rozok? Let me know. Who lands in the mansion? Who lands in Gatka? Who lands in Jojopo? Let me know all of these because these are the questions that we really want to know going into that first game of today. It's today now. It's about putting those numbers up on board when we start to look at all the teams in the lobby, and then we're looking at that top part of the lobby. We're looking at the side there of Raw or CMF. We're looking at them to actually we're looking at them to maintain. Today is that day where you want to make sure you can either choose to maintain your spot or you could choose to boost yourself further so that going into tomorrow's games, which is the final days of the of this final day of the finals, which is the final day. Going into tomorrow, that you don't have too much to worry about because you've already set that gap. But ultimately, we know that is not something that really happens. This is the game of PUBG Mobile. We do know that it doesn't get as easy as possible. But that being said, let's not waste too much time getting into the first game of today. It's going to be none other but Erangel. The playing path is definitely not nice. It's an absolute nightmare because it's down there towards that southern side, taking us from the western outskirts of Quarry down to the waters of Novorep Nonye. I mean, teams that would want to go to the military island are pretty much, secure. Novorep Nonye, you're pretty much secure. But when we start looking at teams who would like to land in Yasnaya Poliana, that have to do splits in Stolba or Severny, Rozok, School. These are places where now you have to do a little bit of extra rotations. You have to start contesting for those vehicles, and to be honest, getting things started, that contention for vehicles is not something that is very very fun. And already getting things started, everybody is already getting off the board. People looking to get into vehicles, and I know that that battle for vehicle is where we're going to start to see things get all crazy. Couple of places to land. We're looking at the Ferry pair, still available. Primosk is still very much available. We see Sealy Sports occupying two very strong positions. We have one player opening up there in the quarry area, and then we've got the rest of the players out there in Primosk. So, you can already tell that these guys are pretty much having fun with it. But anyway, moving on. Muta is also somewhere that everyone can play. Muta Power is also another place. So I'm keeping my eye out on those positions. The shelter maybe not too lootable, but you can hold on of a split to that prison area of the map, and just already seen Sosnovka military base is where we're starting to have the first engagement of the day. Seeing the players there from getting started, they're coming in through. It's already been confirmed. Make that three, and from that editor that they're chasing him is under Gang Esports. They're looking for that final elimination, and indeed they will get it. And it is GSM team that I was keeping my eye out for going out first. And I promise you, I didn't jinx them. I did not jinx them. That was just me saying I would that the one team that I know in this lobby, and I would have loved to see them actually, do better going into this game. As I said, it really waits for no one. They are currently sitting down in ninth position, and now they've gone out early. It doesn't it's not looking good for them. And on the other side of the military island is going to be the side of CMF, one of the teams that is currently on the top part of the leaderboard, third position right now, currently holding it strong, finding themselves in a little bit of a hot drop with the players there from TMT Zivit. So you do know, like, this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky for all of these teams. You can already see TMT coming in with only 3 players. That doesn't quite put them in a good position. Already having just 3 players getting things started, you've already put yourself on the back foot. You're already in a disadvantage. It's not really it's not really nice to see. The Vikings, another team that I did mention that I would love to see, just because I like their name really. Really looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do. They've got Machine, Zicheng, and Ragnar coming in through. And what's up? Everyone's coming in with 3 players today. Even CD Sports, I've got just 3 players in the game. It's quite concerning, because there is quite a lot of money on ground. But anyway, rotations are coming in through, so nothing too stressful. Everyone's just driving around, trying to get into their drop locations. We do see this idea of Vikings sitting out there in Jojopol area. They're going to be on the southwestern side of Jojopol. All the way to school is going to be Raw Esports Nepal, finding their way in here. And as I said, these were rotations where they would have had to find themselves vehicles, and it does look like they have a couple players around them in their vicinity, yeah, particularly here in the school area. They've got stronger esports out here with Deadshot currently prepping up the grenade, getting pushed now by 3. Pre-fires are coming in through, and there's the grenade kind of chunk down the HP. The shots are coming in through. He's down to a Slater, and indeed he's going to fall. So that fence definitely not the best source of cover. There's players there from stronger esports already using one player to get things started. Not too fun. They did get to the school area very early, but unfortunately they tried to hold that split. But Raw Esports Nepal definitely coming in through, trying to get that location to themselves. So things are already getting started there on that military island with Nova Repnonye. We're already starting to see those shots come through. Raw Esports able to make it all the way to school. Looking at that way, the way the zone is actually located. Go on the central circle, so nothing too stressful, but it does look like CMF are able to initiate a trade here, making the tides very uneven. Now it is a 3v2. They would have to get a revive up onto Genin though, or G9 actually. 6-9. How about that? Didn't see that 6 on time. But they would need to get that revive up, of which they indeed have already done. Electro has got a very strong position on the top of this roof. Definitely does see a lot. Would be able to go for that first. Indeed is going to get it. Now they know who they're up against. The side of TMT, I actually thought they were going to leave the fights, really, because I wouldn't understand why they would want to take the fights. They're a 3-man squad, early on in Nova Repnonye. Nova is a place where you could actually play across the back and find yourself a couple vehicles. They could have taken a vehicle and made their way into the zone, as compared to just staying to try to take the fight up against the full squad. And you're not just going up against any of the full squad. You're going up against one of the top 3 teams in the lobby. It is going to be CMF. They have shown us what they were made of yesterday, and now going into today, you do know that they want to do a lot of damage. So now you trying to land on them or land with them and taking a 3-man as a 3-man definitely not working. And now they've reduced to 2 with Frozen and Kino to hold down the fort. this is where it starts to not get fun because you can already see them starting to get isolated. And really, I don't see any escape for the side there of TMT unless they want to use a botation, maybe get into a vehicle and get out of there. I think that would be the best way for them to play this one out. But other than that, I don't know, man. I really do not know. Anyway, I'm seeing comments as to my volume being low, and really hope that does get fixed on the site. But that being said, Vikings still out here in the South Georgia Bowl, looking to have their fun. Mans are just looting up. Already lost a couple of players now. 16 players, or sorry, make that 16 teams left in the lobby. As they're just chilling. You can already see them just making their rotation into the zone. We're still trying to get looted up, sorry. And everyone, I really want to see if the shotgun meta really is the shotgun meta here in this region. We don't really see oh, actually, we've been seeing the shotguns a whole lot. So I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to see if everyone's holding that. We just see some of the players there from CMF holding a couple. Actually, everyone's got a shotgun, you know, and it's quite interesting that this is now the meta. You know, I really remember and reminisce the days where it used to be reminisce the days where it used to be M4 UMP or even M4 TP28, you know. But now having a little bit of you know, mix and matching in there. Fabulous 4, kind of like the way the name sounds. Also love the way they already started to move. Got 2 players here on the buggy. Not too fun. Definitely not too fun, and I believe they're going to be spreading that out now as they get themselves a UAZ to continue up with the rotations. Definitely that is one good thing to see coming in through from them. Kind of like the insignia as well. They've got Kozov, Tycoon, Intro, and Sogesi to kind of hold down the forts, kind of play for them today. I love to see that one. I8, definitely not the I8 I know, but still they've got a nice jersey, and I'm going to be fine with it. Admiral, Octopus 11, Viper, and Domain. Them mans are just out here. You can already see that Koniseg looking all sexy. Love to see that one. That rotations that they're taking is currently down there on the southern side, somewhere towards those ridge lines. And we're already starting to see Fabulous 4 get taken out by some of the players there from VCES. And I believe that is Villian Ser Esports taking a couple of them out. I8 would continue on their rotation. And you know, as we're speaking of rotations now, that is where I was expecting to start to see those engagements. You know, it's just like I said earlier before the game started. We're going to start to see rotations out there coming in through. We're going to see those early fights getting, you know, start because of the rotation. You know, and the side of Fabulous 4 already figuring that one out in definitely not the best ways. Out here we have Dead Eyes guys, current number 2 on the leaderboard, looking to just relax on the tops of the hill. I believe they're currently seated on Headshot Hills, somewhere around there. You just see them choosing not to stop on that rotation because you do know how how stressful it could get being there. And I kind of like the building that they're looking to hold on to. It's going to be just the compounds on the outskirts of Headshot Hills. It is definitely a strong compound to hold, quite hard to push, very easy to defend, and you know your vehicles are kind of safe from, you know, shots that might be coming in through from the sides or from behind. So really, Dead Eyes guys holding a very strong position to get things started, somewhere closer to that center of the circle. Hopefully we're able to get a map feed on the screen as we just see them holding up to this position. Everyone's got their DBSs in hand, the shotguns. We know that is what we're doing here. And I kind of like the way that those guys have got their names you know, located. They have that sir behind their name. Just love to see that one. Anyway, moving on. Raw Esports do look to still be taking an engagement. Does look like they will be quite close to the players there from Villian Ser, as we start to see that buggy coming in through for a little bit of scouting. Grenade does go out, a little bit overcooked, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to grab that revive. It doesn't look like they want to. Maybe they're just looking to go for a little bit of re-strategizing as we start to see the shots coming in. Another knock is found onto the side of Raw Esports as they look for a trade, but unfortunately they're not able to find any. VS Esports, them mans have just held it up. Or Villian Ser Esports just held it up quite nicely. The players there from Raw Esports would be able to make it out with 3 players alive, and I think they would count their losses, lick their wounds, and just be able to, you know, try to survive this one till the very end. Because really, there isn't too much point of taking this fight. You know, it is a good spot to want to hold, and you can already see that they're out here looking towards, you know, the top hills out there on the outskirts of Pochinki Hill. You can already tell that there's so many POIs, and that is where everyone just really wants to be. I already having their own POI somewhere on the outskirts of that Western Bridge. We can already say, I think we really need to start naming these places. But anyway, IAT Sports looking to go into that contention with the team that is looking to crash them. It's going to be none other but Undergang Esports. And Undergang Esports not quite losing any player quite yet, but now they will, as they're looking for that trade up onto the main. Indeed, they will find it. Now it is a 1v3. Shotguns in the hand of Viper, definitely not enough, as they do get eliminated. And it's Undergang Gaming to kind of hold the forts going into this game. 8 eliminations that they're able to put up. And to be honest, for a team that I did call out early on in the game, I love this attitude coming in from them. You know, we see them currently seated in 10th position, or sorry, make that 12th, and now they've gotten themselves 8 points up on board just from sheer eliminations. You love to see that one. And now they've got themselves a very strong position just on the outskirts of the Western Bridge. You know, you love to see that one. Now it now becomes, you know, how well they're going to play going into the next couple of games. Because you know that this is where it doesn't get very, very fun. That zone does move. Takes us a little bit down towards that southeastern side. A lot of POIs to play. Pochinki Hill is still there. The players there that have stronger esports is a very strong position to hold. And you can already see so many teams huddled up around that quarry area towards that Western Bridge, because you do know that is a very strong position that you can play on. So now Undergang Gaming or Undergang Esports, they have a lot to deal with when we start to look at defending that position that they've held. But it doesn't quite end yet for Raw Esports. They cannot catch a break as they continue to get taken out one after the other. And to be honest, I thought they left this position, but it does look like they're staying there. They still want to contest it. Now they've lost one more player. The revive is not possible. They're trying to fall back, but they're getting chased right now because it doesn't look like they want to stop. And it's going to be decided of Villains. I really like the way Villains have chosen to defend this position, playing that bait and switch so nicely, trying to bait the players there from Raw Esports, and indeed they've done that. Raw Esports are falling for the bait, and you can already see that Raw Esports are the ones that suffered the most for it, as they've lost 2 players in that engagement to just get things started. This is just stage 2, 15 teams still alive. Someone's looted that area. Last time I saw, it was like a very strong that's definitely not coming to red man squad, as we just see Arrow trying to lay those shots down, but unfortunately none to connect just yet. It's just a little too far. Axion, Maxion, Maxion, just trying to hold on to this position, but it does look like players there from Villance Esports would grab their revives up. 3 eliminations, all 4 players still alive. And once again, it could just be a big bait and switch that they're playing here. We do not know. Undergang Gaming or Undergang Esports already finding themselves one knock onto the bottom compound. And it does look like they're going to be full sending it. We've already have the players there from INM looking to hold on and hold them. This is Inimical Monkey Sports looking for a little bit of a redemption, but it looks like they would lose one more player. And now it is a 4v2. Grenades already going out, none to find any knocks just yet. As Sharp holding up behind the building here. Players there from Undergang Esports, they pretty much have that idea. Thirst comes through, and now another knock is found onto Succeed. As we start to see the shots coming through, rampaging across the map. It's going to be Undergang Esports as they continue to tear and take everyone out. But this is where it gets crazy because they've left their very strong position. Now the players there from CMF are able to hold that position now because now they're looking all good on the top of that hill. And to be honest, I can't say it was a bad push coming through from I can't say it was a bad push coming through from Undergang, but 12 eliminations, it was worth it. They will still be able to hold that position, which is quite in the zone. But the same way they were able to push up to the team is the same way they're going to be able to push up to the players here, because it's not fun. That compound is very, very easy to push. You can easily find the knocks. There's a lot of windows, and they can really play those windows and push up onto it. But it looks like CFM or CMF do not want to take that risk. They're just going to be staying on the top of the hills here, holding up quite nicely. Going to be seeing where that next zone is going to push them to before they make any further moves, and that is actually a good play to see coming through from there. Speaking of seeing things, Sealy Sports also out there on that western on that western front, just looking to hold down the fort. And to be honest, everyone's just hoping that zone comes to them. I believe Sealy Sports are playing that little deep that is just on the outskirts. Villain have been in so much engagement. At this point, I'm beginning to wonder how they have enough bullets left. Right now, they're going up against the side of Fabulous 4. They're able to initiate a trade now, as it is a one-to-one trade. But Fabulous 4 already did lose one on rotation, so this is where it doesn't get too fun for them. Smokes currently being held down by Sakura, just trying to play that support, but he's getting bombarded with grenades here. Has to force a heal from him. So they've got 3 eliminations right now. Fabulous 4 trying to hold up. They do have a nice split coming in through Fabulous 4. They've got a very nice hold onto the side of Villains Esports. They just need to find those shots, but unfortunately they're not able to quite do it. The scout has been done, and Kozoi able to find himself a little bit of information there, and that's going to be the first knock coming in through. Fabulous 4 drop one more, as they're down to 2. You see push coming in through as Legacy does not want to give up. Make that Zone is not wanting to give up. Pushing up against the UMP, tries to go for a drop shot, but gets dropped instead. Kozov is the last player left. Decided to really commit to this one. Has to hold on in his 1v1, AKM in hand. Looking for a little bit of the knock, but Sakura not having it. Trying to push up closer and closer. But man, forces the fallback from Kozoi. Turns his back on his enemies. Does get taken down. And that is going to be Fabulous for going out, down and out. Undergang Esports. Now, this is what I was talking about. They left that position, and now that zone has moved further to the south, which means now they have to contest it. The players there that are in Quarry, or sorry, make that ferry pier, Inimical, have a very strong position as well. And these are places where everyone has to fight for, because now everybody wants to go into the compound. Everybody has to hold up in the compound, look for a good position in the compound. It now becomes a question of, if that zone leaves the compound, how do they want to move into the circle? These are the questions that we've got to ask the IGLs, because really, it's not a very easy question to answer. But unfortunately, there's just a lot of teams everywhere. And speaking of a lot of teams, it's going to be the side of Dead Eyes guys dropping numbers as they start that engagement with the side there of I do forget, but still, they're out here going down and out. Grenades already currently being thrown downstairs, as we're already starting to see that full set coming through. The first knock is there, as it's going to be none other but the Assassins looking to come in through for the push. And grenades now in the hand. If you play the wild modes, you pretty much know these compounds like the back of your fingers. And we start to see them throw those nades. We're already seeing the claw definitely spotting the rotations coming in through for them as they start to send the grenades. Has been found as Utah able to find that knock from the offense. Out. Not enough. Fire is enough. Get the knock. Claw. Find a little bit of redemption. Kill a 2v4. It's not a 1v3 now. As another player does 4. Yetata from the side looking to come in through for the push, but would get taken out. Dead Eyes guys cannot quite hold it up as they go down in 11th position, and that opens up second spot. Now everyone has to start fighting, but it is high voltage though. The DBS is a little too strong. Wiper getting wiped out there as he falls. High voltage have to hold on to the rest of the game though, with just 2 players. They're currently around the beaches and the outskirts there of Ferry Pier. They can't still play these scrappy buildings for the time being. They have a little bit of deeps to play with. As a duo, I'd say this is a very strong position for them to hold. So you love to see that one. And now we're just waiting. Meter shot Star, and I believe this is Star Esports that everyone's been up all about. Definitely. And we can see them. They've got quite the position down there on that southwestern side. You know what I say every time. You cannot go wrong with the shorelines. And that is where, MSC Sports are on. And now with this zone that has moved, they can just drive around the shorelines, get into the position. But, man, you've got this idea of CMF playing gatekeeper. They're holding such a nice split. They have such a great position in the center of the circle. Now I can see why they're number 1 on the board, because this is just a very nice play. They're able to read the game, able to read the zone, hold very strong position. And how are Sealy Sports got in here? Wow. CMF is 3rd, by the way. My apologies. But still, one can already tell why they're still number 1 on the board, up in that top 3 position, because this is absolutely nice, the way they're able to read the zone. And Sealy Sports as a 3-man squad have been able to hold up very nicely, able to make it into the 4th phase. They're chilling on that western edge, northwestern edge, a little bit on the edge of circle. They have a little bit of dips to play for the time being. And given that they're a 3-man squad, it's not going to be a bad idea for them to hold. But anyway, Metashot Star Esports looking to find a way into that circle, but they'll be running into a little bit of a pinch now as they have gatekeepers. They've been able to find a knock onto one of the players there from Inimical Monk, INM. And it's not a question of how they want to continue up on this one. 30 seconds is all they've got on the clock, which means they need to move as quickly as possible. Inimical needs to get taken out quickly in order for them to make that move. And it does look like Inimical are already starting to play towards the edge of the circle, standing in prime gatekeeping position. They're going to be losing the high grounds, which I do not quite understand. And hopefully they do not lose their vehicles in that plight. Because definitely not fun. Definitely not fun. And as I said, CFM has got a very strong position in the circle. They're currently seated in the center of the circle. They have compounds to hold. There's a reach line that they can play, a split on. So it's a very good one. So let's see. Let's see how well they're going to play. Grenades now. Hand there of Inimical Monk. It's going to be Rafi sending it out. A little bit overcooked. Not quite able to find the knock. And this is what I was saying about that position that they left. Because now they find themselves on the bottom of the hill. Star Esports are not going to be waiting for this one to happen. As we see Rafi trying to ward the shots. Delay that push coming in through from them. But there isn't too much Inimical can do as they start to lose players one after the other. Rafi is going to fall to one thing. And now we can already see the push coming in through. Players there from VK Esports already coming in through for a little bit of third party. But that is a very nice pick coming in through from the players there from Star. One elimination so far. They have one more knock. As we see them drawing closer, battling with these gatekeepers that they've got right in front of them. And they'll be moving that circle. That circle has moved again. This is definitely not fun. Star Esports need to get on their move. As we see them rotating further into that ferry pair. Seal Esports still out here in the vicinity. They see them. And that third party is going to come through now. There's the shots that you've been waiting for. Scooby finds the knock. Star Esports now getting third party from the side. Definitely going to get flushed. As we see Seal Esports now looking to make their way from that northwestern edge still. They should be fine. But it looks like they want more of this action that is going on the southwest. Star Esports, everyone does seem to want to take them out. It's wanted. Scoping out. Now they've lost one vehicle. That is not fun. They need to make it into that circle. And with a lot of teams that is gatekeeping them like Undergang Esports, this is not fun at all. Igneous trying to find those shots. Trying to thread it through the bottom of the vehicle. Gets the vehicle explosion. It's going to find another knock. And Seal Esports now find themselves in a pinch. What should have been a smooth rotation for them, they decided to go for the fight, and that has not played out well for them for any reason. The shots are coming in through as Igneous able to thread some bullets just right under the vehicle there. The revive, Seal Esports seem to be able to grab it. The challenge now is how they're going to get into the circle, because that is not fun at all. Seal Esports still alive with just a two-man squad. Undergang Esports, we saw them do a lot of damage, and they would continue as Inimical Monk does get taken out by Star Esports, but the grenades from High Voltage eliminates them. Talk about a third party. 5 eliminations now for High Voltage. As a duo, I said that position was good, and they decided to go for a late rotation and played out well for them. Villain Cell Esports, on the other hand, though, they have to deal with this idea of Raw Esports, as now they've been able to find one knock. But Kim Tony in this building has to hold up. He's got a very good grenade, but he needs himself. That is not fun at all. Kim Tony's got another one cooked now. Assassin looking to move too close for comfort, but doesn't get taken out just yet. As Kim Tony would be pleading for the support. Cooks that one out. It does look good, and it is excellent to find the knock as Kim Tony holding that redemption. The defense is strong, but his third party is even stronger. And here comes the push. The grenade is still in the hand. He's not giving up on it. Sent it to the side, does a chunk of damage. DBS is what he's got in hand, but he's going to fall instead to the M6 as he drops now. Villains there. They have to come in through for the third party. They have to come in through for the support. And indeed they have, as Sakurai is here, sends the grenade down towards the left-hand side, gets a little bit of damage, looking for more as the third party is coming in through. The players there from Roy Esports cannot hold up. It's too much. They get taken out. 9 eliminations for the players there from Villeneuve. They would be able to keep Kim Tony up. If I scream his name a little too much, he might just go down. And that revive has come through. We're down to the final 4. CFM still have a great spot in the circle as they're holding a very nice split. And they're looking to play against the guys there from Undergang Esports. But Undergang Esports, they've got a lot of momentum going into this game. 12 elimination, or make that 15 eliminations that they've had so far, and you know they're feeling strong. They do not want to play this one any passively. But now CFM though getting isolated one after the other. Cursed definitely has been spotted as he sends grenade towards Mackay's or Macari's. Larry definitely figures that one out as he falls back on the Gang Esports now. Looking to take some shots from the players there from Villeneuve, who are not going into the circle for the time being. They do have a couple of players actually in the circle. But CFM still have quite the strong position there, holding up towards that northern side. Now this is where it starts to get crazy. OG looking to get taken out one after the other. And indeed they would all get sent back into the lobby, down to the final three. Three strong teams still alive. On the Gang Esports up to 18 eliminations, still have a full squad alive. Same thing can be said about CFM. Now it's a question of how they're going to play this one. A 4v4v3, and it looks like CFM are taking the fight up towards the side here of Villeneuve. And regardless of what happens on this engagement, Undergang Esports can come in through for a third party of the century. And you can tell that that is why both teams are delaying this fight. Because Villeneuve knows that if they get into this engagement with CFM, they're going to get third party by the side of Undergang. And Undergang pretty much knows this. Look at them grabbing all the angles because they know that they've got quite the spots. And they're just going to be watching that fight looking to ensue between those two teams. But Spike now has been spotted. I'm really loving what I'm seeing here from Undergang Esports, because they're playing this so nicely. Kim Tony now has been spotted. HP bars drenched to the minimum. And on the Gang Esports, they're hoping those two teams get started. A 2-2 split is what they've got going on right now, and it is looking nice. And everyone needs to take out Undergang. All eyes is on Undergang Esports, but Undergang Esports are playing this one very slowly, getting one knock here and there, looking to find those shots. And in as much as they're helping the side of CFM, CFM knows they cannot push up. They know they cannot capitalize on that fight, because if they do, it's not going to be fun. Grenades are landing, and here comes the push though. As Undergang Esports, are the ones doing the bunch of the damage. 19 eliminations, and they're looking for more. And what a way to climb to the top of the leaderboard. Spike finds the player there underneath the buggy or underneath the fence, and he's able to find the knock. And the rotations now start to ensue on the Gang Esports. Still holding as a full man squad, and his plays are wonderful. I love to see that one. The zone is pushing up. CFM and Villain needs to start, but that blue zone is too strong. Villain Esports are going down, dropping like flies. They're down to one. Macaris can only heal up. That is all he can do. As on the Gang are looking to play gatekeeper. The grenades are sexy. They are excellent. They are sending it out. 21 eliminations, and they're not stopping. Still up as a 3-man squad as they look for the shots underneath the fence. Another one has been found as Ajaya finds the knock. One more player to do for the side of CFM as Cursed looks for the angles, but he can only play with the smokes. The thirst are currently being found. That player is still in the blue zone. Macari is looking for that HP bar, but the shots are going in through. Cursed can only run so far. He's trying to deny the points as much as possible, but those smokes are already coming to their final end, and indeed it will come to the end. He have been taking out 24 eliminations for the side of Undergang Gaming, and they would find the fourth, the last player there from Villeneuve Esports. And this team Undergang started this game so strong, and indeed they finished it even stronger. 25 eliminations and the winner chicken dinner to go alongside it. What more could you ask for? What a way to play this game. They played it so tactically, and I love the fact that even at the end of the game, when they were supposed to play passive, they still continued to initiate that fight between CFM and Villeneuve, and they got themselves eliminations out of that. Look at Jimmy, 6 eliminations with 8 assists, 1,600 damage. You love to see that one. And look at the healing that he was able to do, just 318. It just goes to show that this player did not have to heal so much. The MVP of the game, and definitely well deserved on the Gang Esports, because what a way to play. 8 eliminations from Ajaya, and those grenades that came out from this man were just too good. Igneous holding a very strong split angle, played out well for the squad. 6 eliminations, and look at this man, 20 eliminations just from these 3 players in one squad. What a way to play. What a way to start the game. They started today in 12th position and to themselves up to the top of the board. And I don't think we're going to be seeing anything else but the players there from Undergang Esports, because really, they have come and they've absolutely dominated this game. 1,000 damage from at least 3 players. And a part of me feels like the final player on the squad definitely also has 1,000 damage. 24 eliminations and a chicken dinner. 34 points up on board. 9 eliminations from Valencia Esports. But when someone else has 24 eliminations in the lobby, it makes 9 elimination look like baby numbers, really. And they tried their best. CMF has had a very strong position, but they should have taken on the Gangi Sports when they had the chance. Unfortunately, they did not. And now they suffered the wrath of it. As they went out they were able to go out in second position. 5 eliminations was all they were able to get, but still a lot of points being put up on board. 60 eliminations was totally found. I believe we came in with above 64 players, so you love to see that one. A couple players going out to the blue zone there. 2 airdrops looted, and look at the amount of throwables that were used. 276. Pretty sure there were a lot of smokes there, but still, it was a whole lot coming in through. 62 knockouts being found there. And look at Electro getting the longest elimination, 358 meters. Love to see that one. CMF had quite a strong position going into that game. But man, what a way to play. What a way to actually play. MVP rankings right now. And definitely, I'm very surprised really to not see any of the players there from under Gangi Sports. But still, 8 elimination puts them somewhere close. Right now, we still have Declaw looking to put some more points up on board from the side there of Dead Eyes guys. And just love to see that one. And the overall ranking definitely has changed on the gang, boosting themselves up to the top of the board. 4th position, 49 points, just 7 points behind 3rd position. And now the battle is on. This is what I said. A lot can change in one day. And this is one game out of 5 today. Wow. On the Gang Esports, you guys have started today on a different level. And now the question now remains, can they continue with this consistency going into the rest of the games? That is the question we've got in mind. We've got 5 KO. I do not know if I'm still on. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. Apologies for that one. I am back now. Now you can hear me. I don't know if you're good at reading lips, but if you were able to, you would have read my lips when I was saying we've seen Erangel done and dusted, and now we are going into the map of Miramar, where we're going to see even more action. And to be honest, now it is all eyes on Under Gang Esports. Can they continue with that consistency? They've already set the bar so high for themselves, and now we just wonder, can they continue to keep up this consistency? Because they cannot start to lose points now at this point. They're already on number 4 on the leaderboard. So you do know that they need to continue to do some numbers in order to keep themselves up the top of that leaderboard. So I'm keeping my eye out to see if that is something that they will be able to do. Love the activity in the chat, by the way. Go on at it. That is what I love to see, as we love to see that one. We're about to get into the map there of Miramar, and well, we spoke a lot about Erangel. Miramar now is another map where not too many POIs, a lot of high grounds, especially hills and hilltops that teams would love to hold. So I'd love to see the way these teams are going to hold on to that positions and see how quickly the teams are able to do that, because Miramar is not a map where you get a lot of loot, so you want to make sure that you're looting up as quickly as possible, and then you want to make it to the top of those hills. You want to play on those mountains because you know just how much damage you can do once you're currently seated on those positions. So definitely you want to see I want to see that coming through from teams, a little bit of fast early rotations or even faster rotations when we start to see those zone shifts coming in through, because there really is no time to waste on the map of Miramar. It is a very big map, so you do know that everyone can play with the space that they're able to get. So it's now a question of how well can you play with that space? How can you not get overwhelmed by the amount of space that you have? Because you do know that once that space is a little too much, it tempts teams to want to go for those long splits. And once you go for those long splits, it starts to become not so fun. So hopefully the playing path in Miramar is better, but indeed it is not. Guys, I promise you I am not at fault. I am not at fault. I do not know I really do not know what we've done or what these teams have done. Because this is not, it would have been good in the map of Erangel, but this is Miramar. It is definitely not fun. Teams that are going to Hacienda del Patron have to fly a long way. El Azhar is still accessible, but if you're going to Water Treatment, Cruz de Valle, Tierra Blanca, La Cabrera, El Pozo, you have a long jump ahead of you. Even the Crater Fields is a long jump. San Martin is also a long jump. Ladriela or Ladrilera, not too much of a lootable position. I feel like that is just a spot on the map. I don't think it's a place where anyone really would like to loot. So yeah, I'd like to see how well teams are able to play on Ladrilera right now. Maybe not like to see. I'd like to see how they rotate through Ladrilera, but Puerto Paraiso is open. Does look like only one team will be opting for that Los Leones area of the map. A couple of teams, or actually one team in Impala. It's a southern zone, so that is definitely not fun at all. There are guys out there towards that southern island, but we're starting to already see our hot drops out here in none other but Picado getting started there. It's going to be the players there of TMT. There's quite a number of teams here. I believe there's 3 teams out here in Picado, and as much as it can accommodate 3 teams, it's not a place that you want to stay with 3 teams really, because it doesn't get very nice. I see RC in the game, and I'm like, which of the RC is it? Is this Raw Esports? Is this not Raw Esports? I really do not know. Or is it Reject? It's definitely not Reject, because I recognize that logo, and it is not Reject's logo. But right now, we're seeing players just play around. TMT currently holding in the main building. The players there from RC are the ones that are currently in the center of the circle. Or so actually, it is TMT. Yeah, it's TMT that has RC. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, TMT are currently in the center of Picado, in that casino. Towards the back of the casino is going to be none other but Raw Esports, definitely. Now, that is the Raw Esports that I saw. But speaking of hot drops now, Star Esports finding themselves in yet their own funk. A very, very bad position right now. It's going up against the Uzi with definitely sometimes for him. Now, the 1 HP, that no longer in the garage. It comes with vehicles and nothing more. So now he's going to get daggered. Uh, Definitely not the best of starts there for the side there of Sorry. And of course, get out there again. That is Undergang Sports now making a statement here in the map of Miramar, because now they've started Miramar very strong. 2 points up on board already to get just based off of landing, and you can already tell that these guys are in for a treat going into this game. Can they continue with the prowess? Can they continue with the aggression? That is what I would like to see coming through from this team here. So yeah, keeping our eye out for the side of Undergang Sports. They did get that first chicken dinner with 24 eliminations, so you know that they have what it takes to replicate and do that again going into this game. So they would start the rotation. Things have gotten started there in Picado. I was ready to start to see some knocks coming in through. It's going to be TMT losing one player early on. I like the fact that Roy Sports are just chilling, letting these two teams fight it out. It's like, okay, guys, fight it out. We'll be back once you guys are done. So that's what we love to see from them. Roy Sports, they're just holding up really. It is the side there of Envy pushing up now, and indeed they would lose one. Here comes the push, but they were not expecting it. The angles that are being held by the players there from TMT would be coming in clutch as they continue to come in through. Pre-fires through the door. Not going to be finding any knocks just yet, and they coming through from the side as players there from TMT have chosen not to move, not to get into this building. TMT now looking to come outside. DC getting shot at, but it's not going to work. TMT DC does get taken out. Roy Sports tried to come in through for a little bit of third party, but they did get taken out. One player did get knocked. And now we're starting to see that revive currently being forced out here. TMT Zivit are the ones to emerge victorious as grenade lands in the face of Endless there. Not going to be going out just yet as Roy Sports delaying that revive for the time being. Now they're just using a whole lot of utilities though, sending those grenades. And TMT Zivits, they held such great angles. And I know what majority of you will call that. But for what is worth, let us just call it, tactical positioning. Let us just say they have stayed in a very strong, or they held angles. That is what we're gonna call it today. It's nothing more than that, okay? Anyway, still a little bit of a stalemate going on here. So we're just chilling out here in Picado. Not too much stress. Roy Sports looking for those angles. They do have one elimination, by the way. They did take out one of the players there from the other TMT squad, which is TMT DC. But man, another hotspot that we've got here is San Martin with Inimical finding the first knock. Wait a minute. Okay, so there's a lot of Inimicals right now. So there is a normal Inimical, which is Inimical Monk. And there is another Inimical. Then who is the second Inimical? Or INM? Oh, so there's INM PX and then there's Inimical Monk. So the Monks are the one taking out the PX. I believe that PX will stand for Phoenix. But anyway, Roy Sports now already running out of patience, and I like the fact that Roy Sports are taking the fight onto the side there of TMT. TMT, to be honest, it's not a very nice spot to play, or it's not a very nice strategy to play really. But they have the patience and they're willing to play for that patience. Roy Sports lose one player though, as they're currently looking to get that push started. Players there from TMT are kind of holding those dirty angles really. That's all they're holding. And Roy Sports are just trying to buy themselves a little bit of time. They know they have to push up to this fight. It's Picado. They cannot waste too much time out here on the map here, or out here in Picado, because rotating out of Picado is not very easy. But here comes the push now. Shots from the top. Doesn't quite find the knock as Jiggle trying to bait the shots, bait the push there coming through from TMT. Not quite able to find that. They would lose one player instead. Jiggle still holding down as he has that angle on lock. Pre-fires coming in through from Toji. Not going to be able to find any of the knocks just yet as the shots are coming in through. Angles currently being held. Pre-fires, not to find any just yet. And here comes the jump down. The door cannot be opened under any cost, and there comes the trade. CFT lose one more. And now it is a 4v2. The revive onto Sleepy is not here yet as Sleepy continues to gather the information. Jiggle does not quite find the knock as they drop one more player. Zaddy is down to Jiggle to hold on the fort against the Tommy gun And the pre-fires are there. Tommy got a lot of bullets to spare. And Jiggle is going to go for one revive. And I love the play coming in through from Assassin, trying to make it seem as though he's pushing. Jiggle grabs that revive, comes in through from the side, looks for the pre-fire, stops the revive from coming in through, switches over to the shotgun, pump action in the hand, finds the elimination. 4 eliminations for the side of Roy Sports Nepal. And they were able to get themselves, or crown themselves the king here of Picado. And to be honest, really, really, they tried. I have to say they tried. But for TMT, you cannot play like this, right? It worked against the other TMT squad because they pushed without patience, right? And those angles, to be honest, those angles were dirty. Like, they held those angles. Whoever opened that door was getting a shotgun to the face. There was no escaping it, right? However, it doesn't work all the time. It is Picado. You cannot wait for your team or for the other teams to push you all the time. You know, you have to wait it out. Or sorry, you have to fight it out, right? So go out, fight, because they held that building for too long, and the whole old bait and switch really worked on them. You know, we saw the players there from Roy's spot bait them to make it look as though they were doing the damage, and you know their own strategy worked against them. But anyway, Picado is not a very fun place to fight, so I can pretty much understand it. But we lost both TMT squads now, and we move on with 15 teams left in the lobby. That zone was more towards that southern side, as I said earlier. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the brown parts of Miramar. I'm currently going to be in play. Rumor has it that this is the only part of Miramar where you can at least find water. You know, with that floor currently being drenched and all soggy. But anyway, the zone is going to be closing in 3 seconds, as you can see on your screen. Everyone out here in San Martin really needs to move. Both Minimical squads are still going at it out here in San Martin. So you love to see that one. It's interesting to see, to actually see, should I say organizations or should I say clans, having multiple teams. Last time I saw this was like X years ago. I can't even remember, early on in the game, where we'd have like different iterations of the same squad. And to be honest, I really like the fact that I can see that coming in through. It makes me feel like there's a lot of people that are playing the game, and it gives you that sense of community. So yeah, definitely nice to see coming in through from here. Dead Eyes guys currently seated in second position, tied on points with the side there of CMF, but they need to take this fight now up against the players there. And now they're able to find themselves the first knock on there, as CMF would lose one player now. Here comes the push now, as Dead Eyes guy sends that grenade up. It's a very good grenade. DBS to shut him up, as the knock has been found. And now it is one player left. Just the one player left, and it would get spotted. CMF gets eliminated early on. Third place opens up. And now, on the Gang Esports now, they would have to play this one to the T. They have to play this one very, very well. They really have to play this one very well in order to get themselves that third position. Remember, only the top 3 makes it. This is day 2 of the finals, which means tomorrow is the final day. And like I said earlier on when we started the broadcast, you can either choose to boost up your performance in such a way that you're not catchable, or you can choose to defend it. And it looks like Dead Eyes guys will be going for that defense. CMF tried to go for the defense as well, because we did see how they played the first game. However, it does look like they might need to step it up, especially when we start to look at those eliminations and how they're really approaching the game here, because no time to check time. Anyway, GSM Esports, or ZC's GSM, a team that I said I wanted to see. They did go out early in the map there of Erangel, and it does look like they might be suffering to the same fate here in Myanmar, as Levi already gets dropped first. Dead Eyes guys to find the first knock. Doesn't look like they really want to capitalize on it just for the time, as they're still maintaining their distance. They must still think it is COVID times. They have a little bit of a flank angle coming in through though, which I kind of like, coming in through from Dead Eyes guys, and we're already seeing airdrops being looted. GSM just trying to hold that position here, and I like the fact that Rifat is trying to stay as quiet as possible, trying to allow the players there from Dead Eyes guys look to get comfortable. The revive has come up now, and now Rifat makes that move. Pressure's definitely aware of that position now, and you can already see smoking that angle out of view, coming in through from behind, and another knock has been found. Precious draws the shots out of the players there from ZCGSM, and now they are very aware. They are exposed and they are open. Juta or Yetota looking for that knock. Not quite able to find any. Dead Eyes guys comes in crashing. Precious drops a lot of HP and eventually would fall, as now they lose one player. The players there from Dead Eyes guys cannot afford to lose anymore, as they are down by one. Jitosa needs to get his HP back up, but that player hesitating a lot on that. JI2 down the bottom of the hill, though he's got a very strong position. The grenade is very good. The shot's coming in through, not quite able to find any just yet. As we see the shots coming in through, the knock has been found, as Nova's flank angle is very nice. It is just the one player left now in JI2 to defend the spot. And if he has a vehicle, there is no pride lost in running, you know. Really no pride lost in running, but I don't think he can get into that vehicle safely. Now he does look to be getting pushed by 2 DBSs. You gotta be careful around that vehicle. The DBS comes from the inside of the door, and GSM does get eliminated once more quite early on in the game. And to be honest, GSM, they need to get that rotation started, or they need to get their rotation started earlier. You know, that was what happened in the map there of Erangel. We saw them rotate a little bit later, and they ran into rotational clusters. Now in Miramar, they're doing the same thing, and we see them already getting taken out quite early. So that is definitely not fun. Definitely not fun at all from them. But anyway, Raw Esports started already strong, and it does look like they're going up against stronger esports. Hopefully, stronger esports can show that they are stronger. They have lost one player already, though. It looks like they're getting third party from behind. But speaking of coming in through from behind, it's going to be Seal Esports looking to go for this push onto the side there of OG, or make that is it OG or is it Vilence? I think it is the latter there. Already starting to see shots coming in through the CD Sports, drawing in closer, trying to gather that information as we see them holding on to the different angles there. A-Man trying to buy a little bit of time, though he's got grenades in hand. And on the wall, Underground Esports looking to get started, though also on the elimination feed. And here comes Kirito now from the side. Grenades now currently being cooked by Ragnar. He's got that grenade in hand and he would get spotted. The knock has been found. There is the intro. Vilence Esports loses one more, and this is definitely not fun for them anymore. Look at that zone. Moves away from the brown part and it goes towards the southern outskirts of Los Leones, and that is definitely not fun at all. Oh, that nade was on the money. The knock was found. The elimination is there. 4 eliminations for the side of Seal Esports, and they would continue to hold their lead on the top of the board. 70 points was what they had. And now we move on straight to Raw Esports, who seem to be going up against the players there from Stronger Esports. We wondered if Stronger Esports would be the stronger team, but right now it's not looking like it. The off angles are very dirty right now, as Deadshot currently being forced into an angle, backed into a room. And in the map of, or in this game of PUBG Mobile, you know, by the time you're backed out to the wall or into a room, you're easily going to get grenaded. This man waiting for that Molotov to expire. Indeed, he gets that Molotov done, and he looks for the clutch, but cannot find any knocks just yet. Since the crates there doesn't quite... that crate is very confusing, I've got to admit. To be honest, I myself almost got fooled by it. But anyway, Raw Esports able to grab themselves 8 eliminations up on board. You can already tell that they're having fun now. This is a lot of game coming through, or this is a lot of eliminations that they're able to accrue. Undergang Esports continue with their prowess now, and now they take it on towards the side of Dead Eyes guys, as Nova tries to pick up the top of this bridge, doesn't quite find any knock, and the thirst is going to be there as Ajaya looking to get started. 3 eliminations that player has already been able to find. Nova tried to hold up, but Undergang Esports take out both teams seated directly above of them, or maybe not both teams, but they did just take out Dead Eyes guys. So that kind of opens up the spots for them to jump into. And now CMF, they've got a mountain to climb, because this form, the form that Underground Esports have been able to start with in this game is something else now. Really something else. Ajaya already on 4 eliminations. You can already tell that man wants to be the MVP again. Jimmy was the MVP of the last game. You know that they want that more of that. Coming in through the zone from that western side, or make that north actually, as they're currently around that Crystal Valley area of the map, if I'm not reading that wrongly. On the southern, on the western side of the zone now, we do have Inimical Monk looking to ward off some of the players there from I8 on the top of the hill. And I8's crew just chilling out there. The Octopus position has definitely been exposed there. And in this very long range engagements coming in through 10 teams left, and this is already phase 3. And that just goes to show you just how quickly the fights have gone through. A lot of rotational clusters coming in through. And we did lose quite the number of teams as Octopus does get uprooted from the floor. It's going to be Raw Esports for the third party. And you can already tell that Raw Esports are on to something else. And look at that. Already have one player currently absolutely dominating the game right now. We're starting to see pushes coming in through though. Admiral needs to make up his mind. Same thing can be said about the rest of I8's crew, as Viper now getting shot out of that vehicle, being forced to almost stop there, but it's going to continue on that rotation as they drive further into Los Leones. And these are the times that you thank the stars for that beautiful rotation that has just come through. 9 eliminations though from the side of Raw Esports. And now with the way they've started, you already know that they're gonna have a good game. They're currently not in the zone though, but not too far off. Currently stage 4. Hope we can see where that next circle is. As we start to see the players there from Raw Esports make their move. It does look like they want to go in through from that western side. They might be deciding to take it all the way towards the south. I'll be keeping an eye out on them. Silly Sports, number 1 on the board, currently still holding a very nice split. 4 eliminations that they've been able to get. As I said, they've decided to come into today to defend that spot. There's Admiral now. Cannot quite make up his mind. Oh, that is beautiful bait and switch though coming in through. Kirito just gets shot at as he tried to take that player out. Still spots him out there in the background. Realizes that he has to move. That is definitely another squad in there. He goes that one. Star Esports now getting taken out one after the other on their rotation. And that is so not fun as Tabby does get spotted. That's not fun at all. Mimical though, looking to get started with Raw Esports. Oh, that's a very good grenade now. Zordi has to fall back now in order to heal. He's just holding down his forward. Assassin has an off angle, but here comes the push. No, that is a little bit too overzealous, too ambitious. Coming in through from Roy Sports, the grenade gets the vehicle explosion, which eventually gets 2 knocks onto the side there of Inimico. Jump shots coming in through. Zordi cannot quite find it, but the rest of his teammates are there. And 13 eliminations already. Roy Sports Nepal, what are you on? They are trying to prove a point. Undergang Esports said they can do 24 eliminations, and Roy Esports say we can do better. 13 eliminations that they're able to put up on board right now. Assassin trying to grab that HP back up, and indeed he will be successful at it. But the battle does not end. Down towards the south is going to be high voltage. We know how well they're able to push later into those circles. One of those teams that love to play on the flank or on the edges. At least we can already tell from the way they've played the couple of games now. Already see high voltage, we get into the circle. Oh, gatekeeping is absolutely wonderful. One player uprooted now from the side of Undergang Esports as they start to suffer the wrath of that rotation, down by 3 players. But Silly Sports comes to their rescue as high voltage now currently getting third party. Wiper still looking for that last elimination onto the side there of Undergang Esports. But Undergang Esports would wonder how they've gotten this one all wrong. 1 player left and will get spotted and taken out. They were only able to get 6 points with placement points. So it's a question of the race continues. This is just day 2, so they still have the time. Raw Esports also get taken out in the meantime. And now there is one more Raw Esports still alive with Villain Sir. We did see them show up quite good gaming early on today in the first game. Ooh, such nice shots coming in through from Sakura there. You gotta give him his flowers there. That's looking to get smaller. Villain Esports have quite the splits going on that southern edge of the circle. It does look like the other Raw Esports are looking to push up, which is Raw Esports PX. The Phoenix team. Oh, now high voltage now. Looking to get third party though. Make that gate kept. As Villain say, esports would be the one to ward them out. Makari is trying to find the knock, and indeed he would find one player, but the trade is initiated as high voltage push up with so much tenacity. Here comes Sitar to the bottom of the hill, but he's been spotted now, and grenades currently being sent towards his position. Sealy Sports are somewhere in the vicinity. Kim Tony, he's figured that one out, but would he be able to pull back out of that fight as quickly as possible? This is not a position that he wants to let go of, and he knows that one. But high voltage now pushed up to the bottom of the ridge line, and the angles from Sakura is just too good. Wiper is sliding down the hill, and he does get taken out. Two players left for the side of high voltage now. As that position, they cannot catch a break. Star gets spotted by the side there of Sealy Sports, and Villain Series Sports get themselves that thirst. High voltage, they would wonder what has just happened. Such a choked up spot to enter in through from that southern edge. Star looking for that revive, cannot find it. As high voltage looking to survive with just the one player. He has to hope that Silly Sport comes to his rescue, and indeed they do. Silly Sports lose yet another player. The splits, I said in Miramar, once you have that space, it tempts you to want to go for those splits, and once you go for the splits is where it starts to crumble. Sujandai needs to leave the side of that vehicle. He's being forced to move, but he's going to do this destroying himself. He doesn't have that circle, so 1 minute and he has to settle this business. As the Phoenix team from Raw are able to get themselves another elimination up on board. IH Crew still alive here. We're down to final 5 squads. Sealy Sports are still alive. 3 players that they still have up on board. Valencia Esports down to 1. And IH Crew, they still have a full squad up. But how they plan to leave that compound is what we're trying to see now. They're smoking up the vicinity. A lot of teams out there on that southern side, as they're all split up, and everyone is in between everyone's splits. Kirito now comes in through. Kim Tony holding up that grenade. He's cooking it. He's prepping it. It's a good one. Goes for the stand, but cannot find the knock. DBS in the hand is not enough for Kirito to find the knock. High voltage, though, they do get taken out. But City Sports needs to realize that that is not the player that took him out. The work is not done just yet. IH2 sends it straight into the Phoenix team, and it does look like Raw Esports are taking them out one after the other. Viper is the last player left. The split is a little too strong. DBS in hand, trying to hold up. Arrow is down to a slither of HP. He does get taken down, but Sanchez on the off angle is able to hold on the fort, but it is a 1v1. A 1v1 unless Sanchez is able to grab this revive. Oh my god, the vehicle explosion could come in through clutch for Tony K or make that Kim Tony. And Kim Tony is just smoking his way up. He knows that's where they are. 7 eliminations for the entire squad, with Kim Tony having 4 to his lonesome. He's got 2 grenades, but are they going to be on the money? He's got 1 sent out. Both grenades now out. Not really cooked. Not really in the right direction. The revives have come through, and now it is a 1v3. That player has not been able to make it into the circle. The return fire from Maxi cannot take the player down just yet, and Kim Tony might just be better off denying that point as he watches those 3 players trying to fight it out. Does do a little bit of damage there. Sanchez not going down yet. It is a 1v3. Players, and this is where he would have been better off throwing the grenades now, because he has no more grenades, just 1 Molotov, and the players there from Roy Sports definitely aware of where this player is, and definitely they have to win this game. There is no 2 ways about it. I don't see the world where Kim Tony clutches this one out. He just wants to deny the points, maybe grab a couple knocks while he does that. Actually, yeah, he definitely is not making this one. It's going to deny the points, and that is going to be a GG. Well played. And the Mongolian Raw are able to get themselves the second winner chicken dinner of the day. I do not know how many eliminations they were able to acquire, but we're going to find out real soon. But they were able to grab themselves the winner chicken dinner to get this game started. And this is one of the players that I saw there on that elimination field as part of the MVPs. I believe that was Declare or something. But definitely putting up more numbers up on board. Not that's actually not Declare. But man, this player here, Jiggle from Raw, did do a whole lot of damage. 6 eliminations, 1,026 damage done, 4 assists coming through from that team. And we did see the players there from Raw Esports or these Raw Warriors, putting in a whole lot of engagements there. Got themselves about 13 eliminations the last time we saw them. And the Dead Eyes guys, Yetota, able to put themselves up on the board for eliminations. And this player there, Jaya there from Underworld Esports, we do know that player has been able to do quite a lot of eliminations. Definitely one of the fraggers there for the squad. So we'll see how it works there. As now, pull over to the most damage. And of course, it is Jiggle from Raw doing in the work. Cyphers from Silly Sports and Kirito also doing themselves a lot of damage. And to be honest, that came through from so many close range engagements that they were involved in. We did see them take so many fights. And they would allow the enemies get that revive back up. But still, nonetheless, they were winning the fight. And Silly Sports, when it just came towards the ending side, they just were not able to stay together. And 16 points is all they were able to get from that 12 eliminations. Raw Esports able to get 13 eliminations. And look at that. Where is the team that finished first position? You know? Oh, that is it. Raw, man. They got 16 points. And look at that. 16, 16, 15, 13. And this is actually good. Very good to see. A little bit even. Undergang Esports able to get themselves 7 points. That was pretty much the difference between themselves and third position. But the players there in third, CFM, were able to get themselves quite the number of eliminations going into this game. I believe they got themselves a couple points. Actually, no. CMF went out to 0 points. So I believe that pushes Undergang Esports to that third position. Dead guys were still able to put up some numbers up on board. So that's still good from them. Unfortunately, looking towards CFM or CMF, 0 eliminations, 0 points from 13th position down to 17th. That is not fun at all. Now we're seeing the overall statistics. As we got 60 total eliminations again, 64 knockouts this time. Love to see that one. Kirito with 380 meters of damage and 201 throwables used. Just a tad bit smaller than what we saw out there in the map of Erangel. So you love to see that one. 3 airdrops being looted there. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing there. The headshot numbers are now increasing. A lot of healing being done there on the map of Miramar. Definitely a bigger map. It's more spacious map. So you do know that they will be able to heal up on that one. But talk about the way these teams have played this one. I cannot wait for the second Miramar game of the day, which is going to be the final game of the day. But for now, we're going to look at the overall rankings before we start getting prepped up for the Sandhawk map. Sealy Sports continue to boost up their lead. So 17-point lead from themselves and second position, who have 63 points. Raw Esports Mongolia able to get themselves into third position based off of that chicken dinner. 56 points, and look at that. 56 points for third, fourth, and fifth, with the other Raw Warriors looking to draw closer. Sixth position, Villains also drawing closer. And look at that. Like, third position is still up for grabs. And if the players there from MS and OG are able to give themselves more good points up on board, they might just get into the contention point, And even high voltage have what it takes to do it. So, keep my eye out to see how well they're going to do that one. As I said, players there from CD Sports are still holding up to that number 1 position. 61 eliminations are they able to get. And look at that. Underworld Esports, 44 eliminations that they're able to get. And they have just 12 points from rank. That is 1 chicken dinner that they won in the first game and 2 points that they were able to get from this second game. So you can already tell that these guys are putting in the numbers. So there we go. 2 games done and dusted. Underworld Gaming, Raw Esports from Mongolia getting the second one. And now we're about to head into the chaotic map of the day. The map where it's going to be a lot of chaos and would also serve as a little bit of a reset for these teams. So we look forward to getting into that Sandhawk game. So do not go anywhere. Stay safe, stay connected. As we're about to get ready to go into Sandhawk now. And to be honest, What are we expecting from Sandhawk? I cannot tell you, to be honest, because Sandhawk is very unpredictable. All we just know is that that map presents a whole lot of chaos. But do not go anywhere. Be sure to like the stream if you've not subscribed to the channel. If you've also not subscribed to the channel, the name is Crowns, and I'll see you guys real soon as we get prepped and ready for the map day of Sandhawk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 8-hour Star Score Battle of Regions. My name is Crowns, and we have seen 2 games done and dusted. We are about to get into the 3rd game of the day. It's going to be none other but Sandhawk. This is a map that I have been expecting. I did say that this map is going to serve as a reset. This is going to be the map where all the teams are going to, I believe, I would like to see the teams go all out. This is that map where if you've not been confident all game, if you've not been aggressive all game, this is the map where you want to pull off that your aggressive prowess. This is where you want to try to get your arms warmed up, which is why I call it a reset, because it is not just the midpoint of today, it is also the map of Sandhawk. So, it's a smaller map, it's more condensed, you're able to see more people. So, take them out as soon as you see them. Do not sleep on anything. And to be honest, right now, any team that is on the bottom of the board are the ones that I'm expecting to do this. The high voltages, mid-center of the board to the bottom of the board is where I'm expecting to see this strategy that I'm talking about. I just want to see you go out and try to just get your confidence back, because you don't want to go into the last path, but we know in Sandhawk it doesn't really matter. We're just going to play it on regardless. But that being said, let's get it done and dusted. Drop spots are up here. I say a couple of hot drops. Bootcamp is not one, so that's good. Paradise also is not one, so that is also good. Actually, no hot drops. Love it. I am really clapping for all of these teams. I love it because there's so many teams in the lobby. There is hot drops actually. There's so many teams in the lobby, and final is totally empty. Oh, is he gonna do it? He's on to something. He's got in 1. He's got in 2, and he will be able to grab the revives back up. See, this is what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see. They are on the outskirts of those buildings that are just close to the bridges up the top of Paradise. The bridge, I don't know if you know the bridge I'm talking about, but you can see it. As you can just see there, it's gonna be inimical inimical PX going up against each other, and you can tell that both inimical teams. And I think this was the problem with having multiple teams under the same name. Because as much as I love it, I like it. The one thing that I just did not like about it was the fact that whenever this happens, the teams tend to have the same drop spot across all maps. So I think if you're a team that has multiple or if you're a clan that has multiple teams, or even an org that has multiple teams, what you want to do is make sure that the rest of your team actually go the extra mile to find the different drop locations. I've seen a couple of teams do that. They are the same organization, but they just have their own different streams. So really, I just love to see that one come through from you guys. So be sure to diversify that drop location, and do not let that drag you down. But that being said, it is quite a good spot coming in through as we see I8 go up against the players there from Inimical Monk. They're currently holding out and taking some of the shots there. I8 does look to be down by some players, and we're already starting to see a little bit of third party coming in through, trolling in from behind. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is CMF coming in through for a little bit of third party action as we're starting to see the shots coming in through. Dead Eyes guys now push up towards the players there from Inimical PX, and I don't think Inimical has got enough ammo, enough loot to actually deal with Dead Eyes guys right now. And I love the fact that it was actually high voltage for the third party. And I like the fact that the third parties are coming in through, the rotations are faster on this map. That is exactly what I would love to see. Oh, DBS to the face of Sujandai as it does drop. Wiper sends a very blind grenade into the building. Doesn't quite get enough just yet as I8's crew continue to stay very quiet in that compound, in that building. They're not going to be forcing anything just yet. As they're just chilling. The third party did come through from high voltage. And they're looking for a little bit of shots onto that position. They're not quite able to find any just yet. As we see I8 down to 2 players. 3 eliminations that they've already been able to find. Trying to just bait out the peaks coming in through from the rest of the players. As I said, Domain just playing this one as slowly as possible. Viper, the same thing can be said for him. They're just chilling. Dead Eyes guys looking to get started with the Inimical. And now here comes the push. If we get that one knock, the test has been found. Baiting out the push coming in through as the pre-fire is coming in through from Cynix. Not quite able to find the knock just yet. Arabi spots that player from the side, does get taken down, but his cover fire is excellent. A little bit of support, and here comes the push from the side. Dead Eyes guys loses another. It is a 2v2. Inimical PX. They're holding up. They're almost gonna do it. They might just be able to grab one revive. Dead Eyes guys would also be able to do that, but nonetheless, it is a 3v2. Actually, it's a 3v3 now. Dead Eyes guys, there is no way you've allowed this one happen. Pressure is trying to lay the pressure, but it is already too late. The revive already did come through on both sides, so there's the reset. And now Dead Eyes guys need to start all over again. INMPH, we know for one, they're not going to push up to this one. Cynix spots that player there on the shorelines, but they have no grenades, no U-tails. They cannot push up, not enough smokes for them to do that. So it's definitely not fun times for INM. And under Gang Esports, I've also lost players, and there goes the last player there from GSM once again. Oh, GSM, what more can I say? Sandhawk was that map where you're supposed to find your redemption. And now Dead Eyes guys are getting third party from the other side of the water. It is going to be Raw Esports doing the damage, forcing them into the building now. Being backed into a corner. And the players there from Inimical, there's nothing much they can do. Running out of ammo as Cynix finds the first knock, and there goes the push. Here comes the push now. INMPX, they do not have enough HP DBS is what is currently playing that defense. The Free Fire is coming in through, and that man times it well, but this is going to drop regardless. I&M looking for the redemption. They find the second knock, but they have to push up before that revive comes through, and they would stop the revive for the time being. The shot's coming in through. First has been found. That player looking for more. The Free Fires are good, but the UMP reigns supreme as INMPX go out. It did do the numbers, did do damage. Now TMT up onto the other INM squad. And this is one of the TMT squad. It is the Zivits team looking to push up now. Free Fire is coming in through. Molotov's in the building. He sees him there. Jump shot. Ooh. Jump shot. Ooh. Doesn't quite find it. At least not yet. Oh, now he does. Now he does. He was waiting and he timed that perfectly. I crew though in the background. They're not going to force it. At least not yet. Come on, pick it, pick it. Oh, they're not doing it. And there's the pre-fires to send that player back. Toji maintaining his distance. That is 4 eliminations. Or make that 5 now for the side there of TMT Zivit. I8 crew did go out. And now it's going to be high voltage Wiper. The last player left to hold on the forts. And you already know, pretty much know that they have an idea. They know exactly. Zivit knows exactly where this player is. DBS to find, but cannot find any knock. That's a GG well played. And that is all of that place currently being taken down and dusted. Sealy Sports though, looking to get started with the side there of Villeneuve up towards that north. Sorry, make that the center of the circle. Villeneuve able to find that one knock. And is he good for 2? No, he's not. Gets dropped on the side. And Sakura down the bottom of the cave now, looking for a little bit of the knocks. Sends that grenade up to the top. Ooh. Did do a lot of damage though. Scooby. Can he survive the second one? No, he cannot. Because Sakura does not miss those. A very excellent grenade. Very, very excellent grenade. And Makaris wants to show that he can throw grenades as well. But he's getting shot at from behind. This is not fun times. That zone does move. Not like it really matters. Everyone is going at it. And this is the Sanok Chaos, the Sanok Carnage that we wanted to see. Makaris, he knows there is a player in front of him, but he's trying to cook that grenade to perfection. And he does. The one knock has been found. And Sealy Sports needs to defend this. They need to defend this. And Makari is looking to come downstairs for the revive. Has to get his HP back up first. Can only revive someone when your HP is back up. As Sealy Sports now reduced to just the one player. Now Sakura would get revived. A very strong player there for the Villeneuve squad. And now we're starting to see a lot of engagements about to brew towards that outskirts of the boot camp area of the map. Makaris, on the other hand, has been able to grab his teammate back up on his feet. As Raw Esports do look to go up against the other Raw Esports, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, up against the TMT squad. Sakura trying to get his HP back up as we're already starting to see Raw Esports hold up to the top of the hill. Uprooted from the vehicle. It's going to be stronger Esports getting one player down. Endless does coming through for a little bit of the crash now. And Zordi knows there is someone behind him. Just on the opposite side of his rock. He has to go into FPP mode. Looks for the shots with the DBS, but gets dropped instead. And they kind of find the knock there. Assassin is here for a little bit of the support as he does find the return fire. But the third party is not nice at all. Coming in through. TMT dropped by 2 players now. Players there from Raw Esports trying to push down the bottom of the hill. But stronger Esports are the ones putting in the dirty third party. Raw Esports not going to be able to grab any of the revives up as the thirsts are coming in through. Sleepy now in the vicinity. Oh! Kobe! Kobe! That was beautiful. Well threaded, well thrown, and most of all, well cooked. Coming in through from Raw Esports as they get themselves all the players there. Now we're down to the 8 teams. Villeneuve still alive as a 2-man squad though. Trying to push up onto the final member there from Sealy Sports. It's going to be Cyforce on the bottom of the hill as Raw Esports do get started with stronger esports now. One player has been taken down. And Sakura just trying to bait out the shots there from Siphon. Or Cyforce really. But Cyforce doesn't look to want to have it at all. Stronger Esports now down to 2 players in Deadshot and Poison. In a 2v2 up against Raw Esports, who are onto something really. They've got just 2 players left, 8 eliminations. That is a very good grenade. Lands up onto Jiggle. But Jiggle doesn't fall. Not just yet. Sleepy trying to bait out a little bit of shots. The bootcamp heals are very treacherous. And Cyphers finds the grenade though. And looking for the second. It's a good one. Makaris sends his own downstairs, but Cyphers has to seal it with this one. This one has to do it. And indeed it does. Beautiful. Beautiful from Sealy Sports. 87 points up on board, and they would add 4 to it. But now Deadshot has to win his ones up against Sleepy, who's prepping up a grenade for him. And Sleepy is not giving up on that grenade. Sends it out towards the rock. Boom, lands, but it's not on the money. The vehicle explosion cannot find any knock just here, as the DBS in the hand of Sleepy is absolutely treacherous. And Poison now injecting himself with antidotes, really. Trying to hold up in this 1v1 DBS battle. And Sleepy wins those. As another team does get taken out. And now, it's going to be Raw Esports left in that zone. The Phoenix Raw. I believe that is the Raw from Mongolia. They won the last game. And from the way things are looking, they might just win this one. Not having one too many squads left alive. As we're now seeing the players there from Star Esports find their way to the zone. And to be honest, as much as all these teams have gone out quite early or relatively early, I'm not going to fault them for it. It was really needed. That was like the flush that was needed. You know, now we got to see teams actually practice their shooting. You know, teams that have not actually gotten to take any fights earlier in the game. Now they've been able to do damage. Now they've been able to fight. Now they've been able to show that, you know, I believe the arms now are warmed up. You know, now everyone is like, okay, now I'm feeling better going into the reset. I'm feeling better going into Erangel, because that is all that was needed, you know. That passive play style was a little too much. And I like the fact that the teams have realized the assignment, all that they needed to do going into the Sandhawk game. That is exactly what they've done now. And now we get to the reset point of Sandhawk, where everyone that has to find every other person. No vehicles really for any of these teams, so it's just going to be a whole lot of running though. And this is why we love the map of Sandhawk, no? Star Esports, or the Meter Shot Star, have themselves 4 eliminations already. They've got vehicles as well. Currently on that northern side of the circle. So they'll be looking to get into that zone real soon. As I said, Raw from Mongolia, currently holding a very strong position, Raw Esports. And you can tell them mans are bored. They're just shooting around. Now, you know the garages were out here in Sandhawk as well. Orbit is just chilling, as every other person does seem to just be fighting. And Raw Esports from Mongolia might just be able to do this one under Gang Esports. I like the fact that they know what they need to do. And Igneous knows that he needs to survive to keep himself on that, or to keep himself and his team relatively close to that top 3. Because right now they are dropped down to 6th position on the live boards. So it does mean that they need to do much more work in order to get themselves up towards that top 3 position. Love to see that one. Meter Shot Star trying to get into the zone, and indeed they will, just right underneath the noses of the players there from Raw from Mongolia. As Stanchir continues to look for that knock. Unfortunately, he cannot quite bring those players down from the vehicle. Orbit also looking for his own shot. But unfortunately, not quite able to uproot those players. And this is what I was saying. Their arms are not really warmed up. As much as they won the game, they were not quite able to get out any of the players now. And Sanchir now does get taken out from the side by Funk. And this is definitely not form for the side there of Raw Esports Mongolia. As now they are getting taken out from side to side. Funk has been spotted. Maxion takes the shots, but the return fire is excellent from Fury. Downs him. Arrow and Orbit remain the last 2 players left. Trying to bring the player out of the vehicle with the DBS. Glitches out on that one. The shots are found. And Raw Esports are dropping like flies. Orbit is the last player left. Looking for the shots up onto wanted. He finds one. But Fury now has got a grenade prepped up for him. Fury sends it down. Is it on the money? Does do the damage. Orbit sends his own out. A little bit short. But Fury definitely steals it with this one. It's a little too far. And Orbit gets his HP back up. Sancher gonna be asking for that revive. And Orbit trying to buy a little bit of time, looking for a better position. And that revive definitely has to come through now, as more grenades currently being sent. Raw Esports Mongolia, how have they lost this one? They had so much time in the center of the circle, but unfortunately they were not able to hold up. And OG now taking some shots now from the side there of Meter shot Star, and I'm pretty sure the Star Esports fans happy to see this one. We've definitely been waiting. 6 eliminations already for the squad. Could tell that they're looking excited. And all the solos right now just waiting for those numbers to keep dwindling, because they know they cannot get taken out just yet. Vikings and the rest of the squad. Vikings drawing closer towards the side of Star Esports. Shots coming in through as one player does fall. It's going to be Tabby to go down first. Wanted, score a grenade now. Knows exactly where the player is, but the Molotov comes in through from Ragnar, who's about to swallow a grenade now. Spots the flank coming in through from Fury. Cannot quite take him down just yet. Where are the rest of his teammates? That is the question I've got in mind. As Star Esports drops one more. Vikings holding and standing their grounds, as they down 2 players there from Star Esports, who are now down to just the 2 players to hold on. And now they lose the third as Funk gets dropped. And now Fury trying to hold down. And just in the blink of an eye, they have become a solo. There's so many teams looking to huddle up on this southern side of the circle. Vikings being one to send out the entirety of Star Esports. And now we're down to 5. Raw Mongolia, they spot the Vikings on the top of the hill, and they have to move now. Ragnar trying his best to not stay in one position. It's now Raw Mongolia, they have to move now. That blue zone is going to start chunking the HP bars once it closes up. This is stage 5. You really cannot be caught slacking anymore, as that zone does get smaller again. There is quite the solos available in the game. The Vikings are still available as a full squad, but other than that, they've got a duo and 3 solos to deal with. And can they do it? They do have the numbers advantage. Star Esports have decided to go for the Hugh strat, as we see Fury drenched in the blue zone. Orbit and the rest of Raw Esports Mongolia down on the bottom of the hill. They are down to just the 2 players there. Orbit does make a little bit of a move and takes a couple of shots now with Sancher. Machine now knows exactly where he has to direct that grenade to. Sends it down to the bottom of the hill. It's looking good. Does take damage, but not enough, as Sancher now heavily bombarded. Looking to move back. Orbit has still not been exposed just yet. And all the throwables currently being exhausted here by Machine, as Sancher looking for a little bit of a flank angle. Knows where that player is. Go for a little bit of a pre-fire. He's going to fall back a little bit. Has to form up on the rest of his team though. But I love the play coming in through from him. He's buying his team a little bit of time there, as he's forcing the players there from the Vikings to push outside the zone. Now they will be forced to move by that blue zone. As now 6-9 looking for a little bit of grenades now towards the side. But Sancher doing a whole lot of work, and I love it. Orbis just continues to maintain his position. Now they have to move. Vehicles already going through from the side of the Vikings up the top of the hill. Ragnar has been spotted. Shots coming through from Sancher. Buys himself a little bit of time. Third party is going to take out the angle there. Currently being found by Xin Chen. Orbit now. He's got a strong spot really, but no grenades. All utils have been exhausted for the time being. Star Esports are still pulling off that huge strat. This is phase 6. It's not going to be as comfortable as much anymore. Igneous now from Underground Esports looking to find his way into the zone. As I said, there is quite the number of solos left on. And the Vikings are the only full squad available. A 3-1 split is what they've got going on. A little bit of high grounds to play with, and the Rocks and Orbit eventually just get spotted by Ragnar. And now Sancho has to hold up in a 1v3 situation. 2 DBSs, 1 S12K. Storming towards his position. From the side, he looks for one, but cannot find that one. Does get taken out. And the Vikings remain as a full squad. 4 players still alive. Star Esports still pulling off that huge strat in the blue zone. As Vikings continue to stay strong. All 4 players on the south. Genesis has to make make that Igneous has to make his way out of that building. And maybe the huge strat is what we're going to be seeing there from all that world. Under Gang Esports. No, it's not. It's going to be a point decline. 4 teams are going out in 4th position. We're down to the 3. Oh, there's no way. Fury was pulling off the huge strat, and now he's made it into the zone. Yo. Nah, this is just the 3rd game. We still have 2 more games to go. Oh my god. Is this going to happen? Sleepy from Raw Esports now, about to get full sense. Getting shot at from the side. Bounces the grenade off the wall. It's a good grenade, but not able to follow up. Does get taken out. And now, Star Esports might just be able to grab themselves a 2nd place finish. D9 does get spotted. 1 player down. He's looking for his thirst, but he cannot find it. Spots Ragnar trying to get into the vehicle there. And now they're going to be subjected to stay outside the zone. Can Fury actually pull this off? No, he cannot. As Ragnar has proven to be a very strong player. Takes them out from the side. And that will be a GG well played. As the Vikings emerge victorious in the map of Sandhawk. Getting themselves, I believe, 7 or 8 eliminations alongside the chicken dinner. What a way to play the game. Enjoy that one coming through from them. It was a very chaotic Sandhawk game. As I said, the Sandhawk game had to be a reset, a restart from the rest of the squad. And Sleepy, another player there from Raw Esports, making it up as the MVP. 5 eliminations, 961 damage being done with minimal healing, 63. Barely any healing had to be done. And the assist coming in through from that player too. Love to see that one coming in through from them. And Raw Esports continue to put themselves up on top of the board. So that is quite good numbers that we're seeing from them. You love to see that one. MVP, well deserved. Love to see them. We'll talk about the chicken dinner that way. So as I said, the Sandhawk game was very chaotic. I'm not very surprised to see that this was how it ended up. Inimical. The Phoenix team, Cynix getting himself 4 eliminations. They did go out quite early, but still Cynix did get himself some quite the elimination count. Ragnar from the Vikings. I spoke about that player as he got the final elimination. That player was very pivotal in that final, or even in the win generally for the side there of the Vikings. So was able to put in a whole lot of work, a whole lot of damage as well. And look at that. Star Esports most wanted, able to get himself 610 damage. Sleepy, definitely the highest damage up on board, 961. Inimical PX with Junayet. We did see that player, in those early engagements, and they were able to get themselves the numbers. And the match rankings, I believe almost everybody got themselves points, apart from CMF and GSM. And to be honest, CMF, now they are dropping. They are dropping points on the leaderboards. This is not more fun. It's no longer fun and games from here on out. So, man, CMF, you've got to stand up in these next 2 games. But man, we're starting to see numbers. Teams that we didn't see at the top, the Vikings, Raw Esports, MS, getting 12 points up on board. Raw Esports Mongolia still 8 points. They would maintain that 3rd position on the top of the leaderboards, I believe. CD Sports still able to put themselves some decent points up on board. Same thing can be said about Undergang Esports. 4 points off from placements. Talk about survival skill coming through from them. But I like the fact that we got to see teams actually now shoot, and I believe that the the mentality going into the next game, into Erangel now is better. Everyone is feeling more confident in their gun skill. Everyone now feels, because, like I said, this just makes you know that you can actually take fights against other teams, right, and not lose those fights. And it just gives you uh that feeling that everyone is not quite invincible as they seem. So that is exactly what I wanted to happen here on the map of Sandhawk, and I'm glad that the players were able to also figure that one out. 82 throwables, a huge deduction from what we've seen, but I'm not going to complain about it. 92 points there from Sealy Sports, and I believe before the end of the day they should be able to grab themselves over that 100-point mark as they continue to lengthen that spread. Dead Eyes guys continue to defend their second position. They're not leaving. Roy Sports Mongolia got into the third position in that second game, and now in the third game they've maintained that position, 64 points on board. And then the other Roy Sports drawing in closer in fourth position on Underworld Gang, under Gang Esports, sorry, in fifth position, 60 points up on board. And look at that, CMF dropped 3 positions now. The Vikings able to make it up onto 7th. MSC Sports able to continue to hold up to that 8th position. So you love to see that one. The dancing around is coming in through right now. 3 games done and dusted, and now we go for the reset. We're going back into the map there of Erangel. What are you expecting in Erangel? Let me know in the chat, because Erangel definitely is going to feel different this time. I believe the playing path will be more forgiving, and let me not just jinx it any further. But still, we've seen 3 beautiful games come through here in the 8-hour Stars Cup Battle of Regions. We're battling here for the top 3 teams that will be representing this region in the grand finals. So you know that these teams are definitely giving it their all. 3 games done and dusted. As I said, we're going back into the holy lands of Erangel. It's a reset. Now, all that aggressive prowess that we've seen in Sandhawk, I want to see these teams bring it all the way to Erangel in accord with combination of the strategy that we've actually seen them play in the first 2 games, because we saw a lot of strategy coming through in the first 2 games, but it was very passive. Now we're going into the 4th game of the day. I'm expecting to see that aggression that they've shown in Sandhawk, they're able to bring that momentum into this Erangel game. Speaking of momentum, I'm going to have to let you guys go now. It's going to go for a break, and we'll be back for the 4th game of the day. It's going to be none other but Erangel. Do stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 8-hour Stars Cup Battle of Regions. We are going into the fourth game of the day. It's gonna feel like game one all over again because we're going into Erangel. We got ourselves that beautiful reset coming in through from game three there, which was Sandhawk. So we're going into this one. We're feeling more confident, feeling more convenient as we go into the next game of the day. But man, talk about the set of games that we've seen so far. We've seen a burst of aggression, we've seen a burst of passiveness, we've seen a couple of teams play strategic, and now we're going into the fourth game of the day. It's going to be Erangel. I did already say I want to see a little bit of that strategy coming in through from this team, and I want to see them actually mix that up with a little bit of the aggression that we've seen out there in the map there of Sandhawk. So I'm really keeping my eye out on them to see how well they're going to do it. CFM, I've got my eyes on you going into this game because they started today up very strongly, and now I'm looking forward to seeing how they can finish off the day because we're starting to see them drop off points from that first game. They were on third position, now they're on sixth. So we don't want to see them keep dropping points. Want to see how well they can do. Sealy Sports one thing I like about the way Sealy Sports has played so far today is that they've kept it under the radar, right? They're the number one sport on the leaderboard, but they're putting up points on board, but they're not making too much noise about it. So you can see that they're not going for unnecessary pushes. They're not doing things they're not supposed to do. They're just playing it very, very slowly because they know that if they do too much, they might start dropping points. And what you want to do, as I said, going into today's game, if you're on the top three, you can either choose to go all out and try to increase your points as much as possible, and that is if you're that aggressive team, or you could decide to keep it on a low, maintain that position, and then that tomorrow, going into tomorrow's game, you're going to burst out, all guns blazing. And I think that's what we're going to see from Sealy Sports. Today, we've seen them play it very slowly, very calmly, and they're just getting themselves consistent points up on board, up on board, up on board. And now, once we go into the next day, which is going to be tomorrow, I believe we would even start to see hints of it from this next Miramar game, because they've done the points. They're doing what they need to do. They already have 92 points on board. I believe they have over 30 points lead on the second place position, if I'm not doing that math wrong, somewhere close to 30, maybe like 20 something. But still, it's still a very huge lead that they have on the second place position. And by the time they know that, you see that they will go into the next day feeling very confident, knowing that they cannot get anything wrong. And to be honest, Sealy Sports have really played like a very strong team. But speaking of strong teams, Dead Eyes guys, also another team that has also played on a low key. We see them just putting up consistent points up on board. But however, they are doing 1-2 small points because we're already starting to see teams like Roy Sports Mongolia, the other Roy Sports, starting to catch up little by little. So the numbers here are dwindling. We started to see the players there from not Zivi, from the Vikings start to put up numbers up on board. So really, I'm trying to see what the Vikings would be able to do coming through from that chicken dinner that they've just been able to get in this map there of Sandhawk. I'm pretty much looking at the map, and it looks like we'll be going into Miramar first before we go close things off in the map there of Erangel. So not too much stress, not too much trouble. Really doesn't matter. Sandhawk has already put us in the right mood and in the right state of mind going into this game. Now, going into Miramar, I do not want to see that hot drop in Picado anymore, right? That Picado hot drop has to stop. There is a whole lot of places that you can go, and I'd love to see these teams capitalize on that one. And without further ado, Shade Adu, Oiti Toiti, and Hula Balu, we are going to be getting into the fourth game of the day. Playing path a little bit more forgiving this time. We did ask for a forgiving playing path, and we'll take this one. In as much as it's not the best, we will take it. You can still get all the way to Los Leones. La Bendita, the Crown is playable. Impala is reachable. Al Azhar, you know what? This is a very good playing path. Chumasera is. If you're able to land on the road and find yourself a vehicle, I think you can play Chumasera and you'll be fine. Other than that, it's now a question of where the zone is going to. And I think with very forgiving playing paths like this, we will definitely see that play zone go all the way towards that eastern side, because that northeast is where is the only thing that the zone can use to console itself, and we've seen that come through multiple times, and I cannot just help but believe that that is exactly what is going to happen again going into this game. But anyway, playing path is nice. We're starting to see a little bit of a hot drop that might be brewing out there in La Cabrera. Opposo also does look to have a couple of teams. I said I didn't want the hot drops. But man, I gotta say, the hot drops definitely is unavoidable. I think at this point there's a lot of teams really, so I'm not too surprised. I believe there's 17 teams that is playing right now. So yeah, those hot drops are. But that's the thing, right? There's hot drops, but there's places like El Azhar is empty. No, nobody don't look to be going towards Los Leones, and this is like like places that you could play. What I knew it, I knew that zone was going to be on the east, and this one is going up towards that northeastern side. But anyway, Stronger Esports are one of the teams that are out here in El Pozo. We can see them just chilling out there. They've got a couple of the players there from MS Esports somewhere around them. Which of the MS Esports is this though? Couldn't tell ya, guys. Couldn't tell ya. And speaking of which, I've actually not seen the Fabulous Four since the first game. What has happened to them? Are they here? I don't think they came in through for the remaining games because yeah, I don't think they came for the remaining games. What is going on here? Dead Eyes guys. They find themselves in a little bit of a hot drop though. One of their players now have to take him down. Oh, sees him, spots him, takes him. Oh, the return fire is beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh, okay. Claw is onto something. MVP for a reason, really. Highest frag, and here comes the third party of the century. Claw needs to leave this building. He figures that one out, jumps outside the roof. Oh, sorry, jumps outside the door. He's gonna bait them out, and he's just running around. He finds himself one knock, looking for two. Did he get the first? I think he did. He did. Wonderful. 4 points that they were able to get. And here's what I was saying about the side there of Dead Eyes guys, right? That they've been putting points up on board. However, it's just little points, scrappy points here and there, if that's what you want to call it. But still, you got to give Claw A1 for effort because that was a very good play, right? Got himself for elimination, got that final first. It's like, if that is the last thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to do it. And that is exactly what he did. But the hot drops do not end. Number one spots on the leaderboard, Sealy Sports, find themselves in also a hot drop. Oh, that's a GG's. You're not winning that one. 4 eliminations. And they boost themselves even further to the top of the board. And now they are what? 4 points away from 100 points. Like I said, I believe from this Miramar game, after this Miramar game, we're going to see them actually pull up and play better, right? So Sealy Sports, definitely the way you've played today is how I would have expected the number 1 team, the number 2 team, and even the number 3 team to actually play, given that it is the top 3 teams that are making it to the next stage. So to be honest, kudos, that's what I can tell you. Stronger Esports though, Agent 14 does get taken out from the side. That's a beautiful grenade down the stairs to find one knock, and it is the not Chinese dude to get the knock first. He's got another one prepped though. S12K currently pushing up towards the stairs. Very ambitious one, by the way. Bounces it off the stairs. Doesn't quite get that knock just yet though. Currently in a 1v4. So now grenades are currently being sent towards his position here. And not Chinese, just holding up, pulling those nade pins, trying to bait out the shots coming in through from the players there from Star Esports. We do know Star Esports might just be feeling a little bit excited about that one. It's currently being sent. And this is currently in El Pozo. Stronger Esports just upstairs. There is a lot of stairs in this building. I gotta find the architect or the designer of this building. Funk now on the bottom of the stairs. Oh no! He's in front of you. He sends that grenade there though. Ooh. It's a good nade though. Oh, nice one. Goes into the smoke. Love the play. He's been spotted though. He needs to pull this off. And he does pull it off. He's going upstairs. He's playing this building so nicely though. Not Chinese. Pushes up to the stairs. Ooh, TBS finds one. Looking for 2, but no, he falls. And that is going to be Star Esports maintaining their consistency. But can they hold up? Because it does look like they have attracted the third party central. The players there from Undergang Esports, but we're going to go bull to that in a moment. Villains Esports, who seem to have a very good start of the day, right now find themselves in a 1v3 situation. Tony K, or Team Tony, feeling very confident with the pump action. Boom! Falls. As Zivet and TMT will send them back packing. And that is definitely not how the players there from Villance want to start the day or end the day, really. And I have to say, Villance Esports started the day off so strong, boosted themselves all the way from 12th, I believe, up towards top of the board. But now, they're not quite able to continue with that consistency, as we start to see them now dropping points, for the last 2-3 games now, and that is not what they want. On the gang, they started off on a cracker of a performance, 24 eliminations and a chicken dinner. And now, you do look to be in a little bit of a hot drop position here, trying to push up towards the side of Meter Shot Star Esports. I can just see Fury. They're just prone. This compound or this building is a very complicated building. Once again, as I said, I need to find the architect of this building. That's a good nade from Wanted. Oh, that is a good nade from Wanted. As he's able to get down 2 players. It's a 1-for-2. And these players there from Star Esports, look how excited they got. And they're looking, they're searching for the last 2 players there from Undergang Esports. And Undergang Esports do not know what have hit them. It was a very beautiful, sexy, well-cooked grenade. They get 1 revive back up as Jimmy's back on his feet. And we know how strong that player can be, but he does get failed once more. Fury does go down, and Wanted pushes up towards the stairs. But from behind, it's going to be the shots coming in through, and it's a beautiful push coming in through from the side there of Undergang Esports, who get 5 eliminations. But I have to say, this compound, this particular building, is one of the weirdest buildings I've actually seen in PUBG Mobile. Like, bro, who was the architect? Who designed this? Who actually designed this, But anyway, it does look like we're settling the beef in all the hot drops right now. And teams already coming in with that Sandhawk prowess. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I am loving what I'm seeing so far. And we're down to 10 teams already in phase 1. Okay, I'm not loving what I'm seeing. I'm actually not loving what I'm seeing. No. This is not what I meant by bring the Sandhawk prowess into the next game. Because now we've lost bottom teams. We've lost stronger team. We've lost the PX team. We've lost GSM. Once again, GSM, they've not just been able to catch a break today. They've not been able to stay alive today. They just keep going out early, and I do not know how. Because I feel like if you're carrying that insignia GSM, it's a big responsibility, because GSM, we know them in the past. They're like, I'm pretty sure So anyway, maybe they'll step up tomorrow, but there's only so much stepping up you can do. Oh, that was I need to stop shouting, but that was a very good switch of seats. Sometimes I wonder how these players do it. Like how Star. He tried to run, but that UMP comes in clutch. Sealy Sports are definitely not happy. They lost Amison to one of the players there from High Voltage. And right now, they're trying to make High Voltage pay for it. Wiper is on the side. Kirito from CD Sports trying to hold on to his fort. He tries to form up on the rest of his teammates. Oh, High Voltage though. Wiper makes a very, very risky turn. And Sitara trying to put in some shots with the mini 14 up the top of the GA. He's been spotted though. I'm talking about nice shots coming in through from school. Oh, finds Wiper standing still. And Wiper does get taken down. High Voltage. How have they gotten this one wrong? Oh, these are nice spray coming in through from Spoonie. Does anybody have this man's sensitivity? Because I need it. That 3x can be syllabized for stability. Because look at how stable that 6x, that 3x is for Scooby. And now Scooby needs to heal. Cyphers has gone to find the off angle. The flank is here already. And Cyphers up against Sitara, who does get shot out from behind by Kirito. And now it's just going to be the one more player there from High Voltage. Does get uprooted. And Sealy Sports have gotten 8 points up on board. 100 points on the dot that they have right now. And they've played so nice. Now we can justify why they were number 1 on the board. We do get another zone shift down towards that center of the circle. We do have Raw Esports looking to draw closer and closer to CMF. And we did say CMF, we wanted to see them play better. Raw Esports just holding in the outskirts of Hacienda del Patron. INMX currently on the outskirts of San Martin. Looking at the players there from the Vikings coming in through from that northwestern part of the circle. have CD Sports chilling out there on the western edge of water treatment. Players there from Roy Sports Mongolia out there in the graveyard. Minas Generalis, we've got the I8 crew finding their way into the circle. We have the players there from RC. It's going to be the other Roy Sports, maybe not Roy Sports, but RC, I keep forgetting who they are. But anyway, we do have RC up on the north of the circle, just holding in Cruz del Valle. See how well they're able to hold up. And this is what happens when we lose so many teams early in the game. Because right now we're just in phase 2, and we've already lost, what, close to half of the squads. You know, middle part of the board currently looking empty in terms of like available players or available teams. The nice guys did go out early enough. So right now we're already starting to see underground esports, or sorry, undergang esports, you know, getting themselves already up to 3rd position, 5 points from eliminations. Now they do look to be going up against CD Sports. Ataya though does find one knock up onto Scooby, and that is one of the strongest shooters here for the squad here of CD Sports. Undergang Esports looking to push up as Scooby is about to get thirsted. He needs to get touched as quickly as possible, but he cannot because the push is going to continue now. He does get thirsted, and Kirito's got a good grenade up the top, forces him into the grenade and gets the knock. Goes for the instant thirst. And there is the trade that you've been looking for. Ajaya now comes in crashing, but here comes the shot, and Kirito is good for 2. He goes for the instant thirst. Undergang Esports, what have you done? What have you done? Igneous now is the last player left, and Sealy Sports up to 11 eliminations. The defense was good. Igneous has to fall back. He has to run now. And I don't even think Cyphers wants that to happen. Cyphers, I think you're going to need I mean, he was stable though. But man, Scooby, oh, I wish they actually did not lose Scooby here. But Sealy Sports, they have held up so nicely. 11 eliminations that they're able to put up on board. And that further pushes them up on the top of the leaderboards, not gonna lie. A very long split though. Very, very long splits. Coming in through. From the side there of RC. As they're trying to surround the 2 players here from CMF. CMF have got just 2 players left in Memo and Meheraz. And that is TMT actually. Yeah, the other squad. And out there on the south, it just looks like we have Roy Sports Mongolia going up against the side there of I8 crew. We're starting to see the shots coming in through. One knock has been found. Arrow is felled. And from the side, it's going to be Viper. Gets one knock, but Viper also does fall. It is a 2v2 right now. Make that a 2v1 as Octopus goes down. Admiral tries to pick in from the long range. And Maxion, it's definitely on his max. 4 eliminations. A beautiful 4-piece coming in through as Roy Sports Mongolia emerged King of the South. King of the Southeast, if you ask me. Now everyone else is left in the center of the circle. Roy Sports Mongolia, they're looking very strong. You love to see that one. The other Roy Sports, they're chilling. Just out there in Hacienda del Patron, not too much stress. The Vikings now finding their way into the zone. Love to see that one coming through from them. The mans, they've really played well. They did win that Erangel game, sorry, the Sandhog game. And they might be having that back-to-back in mind. Guess who does not like? Everybody loves the back-to-back. Who doesn't want a back-to-back chicken dinner? And I'm really looking forward to see if any team can actually win a second chicken dinner. In the meanwhile, we lost that last player there from Undergang Esports. So Roy Sports and CMF have the chance to overtake once more. And in all honesty, if the Vikings are able to play this one very well, they would be able to get themselves also up on board. TMT Zivet. It is the Zivet team. Down to just 1 player. I said that split was a little too wide. And now it has come to bite them in the BU. You know the vibes. And now they have to hold up. They have to hold up as we get yet another zone shift. Down towards the south. Going to force the side of Roy Sports to go up against the players there from the other Roy Sports. That is not fun at all. As we're already starting, I'll actually make that Sealy Sports. We're already starting to see the shots come through. Sealy Sports, though, they find one knock onto one of the players there from Roy Sports with the grenades. And they are a two-man squad, looking just as strong as a full squad. Everyone's rotating into that next circle. And Smokes by himself a little bit of coverage. Spots that play. Oh, these sprays are too good. The sprays are too good from Kirito, man. Look at that. I mean, the AUG is already a stable gun. And then you're putting it in the hands there of Sealy Sports. Oh, it is beautiful to watch. And everyone does seem to be heading towards the next center of the circle. Inimical Esports have got a lot of trouble to deal with right now. That POI does seem to be where everyone wants right now. Of course, it is a point of interest. So definitely everybody wants to be there. And Cyphos cannot overpick this one. Grenades already coming in through. As now Sealy Sports need to get onto their vehicles and start their rotation, because the players there from the Vikings, they're pulling up from just right behind them. And Sealy Sports gets into the buggy with quick alacrity. They're moving out of there. No stress. No time to stress. No stress to time. But anyway, Sealy Sports looking to drive straight into the zone. And they make it. But they have to take on the rest of the players there from Roy Sports. It's a good grenade from the Assassin. But it does look like it's not going to be enough to stop Kirito, who's pushing in from the side. Pre-fires coming through from Assassin. He's running out of bullets. He does get shot at from the side. And down he falls. As this two-man squad, they're holding very, very strong. Roy Sports now reduced to just 2. And Sealy Sports are really proving to be a very strong team. They are proving to be a team that really should be representing the region. And Roy Sports lose one more as the Vikings now come in crashing. Look at that, headshots. Cyphos still putting in more shots as D9 continues to peak him. 13 eliminations, you can just tell. They're just happy, they're excited. The blood is pumping, the momentum is there. And that is all you need, really. Maybe not all, but that is all you need. Sealy Sports really is clear. And there's Priest. He's definitely watched them before. And he knows exactly what they are capable of. They would lose Cyphos in the meanwhile, but Kirito still remains alive. A very strong force to reckon. Roy Sports Mongolia is still alive, though. It does look like they're drawing in closer to the players there from CMF. CMF have only 2 players alive right now. They only came in with 2. So we do know that they're trying to hold down the forts. And Roy Sports Mongolia, 4 eliminations, courtesy of Maxi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, they're shooting at him. They're shooting at him. Okay, he figures that one out. I think I didn't need to tell him now, did I? Anyway, we're about to get yet another zone shift, though. 6 seconds out. And I think that's what everyone's waiting for. I like the play that we're seeing from this. Oh, Kirito, welcoming visitors. And he's going to take down one player there. Goes for the instant thirst. Here comes the buggy. Looks for 2, but cannot find it. And Sealy Sports gets sent out, but they got 14 eliminations. More than enough. More than enough. The Vikings will lose 1. But they would not let that stand in their way of the chicken dinner. Currently seated on the northern side of the circle. Northern edge. Couple of hay bales and compounds to play, but that's about it. Roy Sports Mongolia, they've got one of the strongest positions in the circle, really, holding on the top of those hills, and they will play that one to the maximum as Inimical starts to get those long range shots onto them. 8x scope on that mini 14, you know, that makes that gun an absolute shredder. Sunday, stop it. But Roy Sports, as I said, they have a very good position there in the circle. Roy Sports Mongolia. But now we're down to just 5 teams. And this is already stage 4. This is just stage 4. You know? As I said, everyone brought their Sandhawk prowess into Miramar. And I don't know how I feel about it. It just feels, Miramar feels like Sandhawk, you know? And I think everyone pretty much knows where everyone is. And we're already starting to see shots just come through. Tick damage being done here and there. And now it's going to be dependent on where this next zone actually does push the players here too. But anyway, the Vikings now currently being spotted in the background. Xing Cheng trying to avoid those shots for the time being. CMF continue to hold up. I did challenge them. I said I wanted to see them put up points up on board. We've seen them drop points all game long. So right now, they're able to get themselves into 5th positions. That's good placements. Inimiko trying not to take so much damage. And what is funny is that right now, regardless of who knocks who, no one can actually push, or it wouldn't make sense for anyone to push. The only squad that is in any pushing position is the side there of the Vikings. And I think the Vikings are waiting for this next circle. Once they see where the next circle is, then they're going to choose which of these teams they want to actually crash up onto. 30 seconds now, the zone is going to start to engulf. It has already started moving. But 30 seconds and it's going to close up completely. And now we're just waiting. As I said, right now, everyone's just shooting so everyone knows where they are. So you're just taking those shots so someone knows, okay, I'm here. You don't want to crash me regardless of what the zone does. But at the same time, you're taking those shots and everyone knows, okay, there's someone in this compound. I'm feeling confident. And once that zone doesn't favor me, I'm going to push up onto that position. You know, that zone does move. The zone does move. And Vikings need to make a move now. They could crash up onto the side of Inimico, but it's going to do them no good. Nor can they crash up onto the side here of CMF, because that is low ground. So now, left to me, they need to take a very, because I can see it actually, is why I'm making this. They need to take a very long rotation towards the southern side of the circle. Inimico does lose one player, and I think that is going to be the call to push from the side of the Vikings, because they've gotten one knock, they know that side is weak, they get into their vehicles, and they're already making that one count, as we start to see the players there from Roy Sports Mongolia putting a lot of shots down there. But the full send is going to come through regardless. The Vikings push up onto Sleepy. And Sandy has been really supporting this player here. The Molotovs up to the top of the stairs, looking for the knocks, and they bombard him with throwables. Send him back and packing. They've got the position, but they're still not comfortably in the circle. Now they're in the same position they found themselves before that previous shift. Now they have to wait for the circle again. But anyway, it does look like they have an idea of where Inimical is. And they're trying to get a little bit of a flank angle. Trying to see what they can do. They've got ridge lines that they can play. So yeah, Vikings doing quite alright. But Roy Sports Mongolia have got a very strong position. They can see so much into the circle. And now they have one player just scouting around. And that is going to be Maxi. A very proactive player if you ask me. Able to find himself quite the position there. You do not want to pick the Vikings though. They're onto something else. Now the Vikings, they have that ridge line that they can play with for the time being. But eventually they would have to get into that circle. And with this position that Max is holding, it almost makes Roy Sports Mongolia unstoppable. We did see Roy Sports Mongolia win one game. Wait, did they? Yes, they actually won the second game of the day, Miramar. So maybe Miramar is just their map. 5 eliminations that they already have right now. 4 teams left with 3 to take out for the side here of Roy Sports. 11 players and we've got 10 seconds before that next circle does shift. So now the Vikings, the ball is in your court. Inimical are taking a whole lot of shots. D9 looking for shots now. But now the Vikings need to make their rotation. Maxi is going to be a whole disadvantage for them as Maxi is in that circle. Vikings, you cannot park those vehicles here. But they know that they're only here for a couple of seconds now. CMF need to make their moves, but a 2-man squad. Roy Sports Mongolia are gathering a whole lot of intel, a whole lot of information right now. And they're going to be playing with it. The Vikings, though, 4 eliminations still. Maxi is definitely sure that there's a squad there trying to pop those tires. Making sure by the time they have to get into the circle, they're just going to be shooting practice for him. And who doesn't just love a good shooting practice? I mean, I do. I don't know about you. I do not know about you. But anyway, here comes the push though. Inimico deciding to go straight into the circle. They're able to make it in. But they are within nading range from the side here of Roy Sports Mongolia. So it's going to be stressful for them. They're going to be getting bombarded. Just a matter of time. Because now we await the push coming in through. CMF are playing very, very passively. I love it. A 2-man squad. There isn't too much they can do. They just have to play spoilers. They're not in the zone right now. They need to get their move on. But man, Roy Sports, they just cannot wait because really they know they have this game in their bag. The Vikings start to make their move. Ragnar gets uprooted. Zinchenko gets uprooted. It is shooting practice for Maxi, really. And now they take the shot, and yeah, that was a GG's. It had to happen. The Vikings not quite getting the zone favor. And those were good grenades there coming in through from Aero. And now the full send is come through. And here comes Axion now. Maxi to start the push now. Maxi does get spotted. Does get downed. Inimico, they get traded off though, as Aero is there for the support fire. They have a 2-2 split right now, with every player just on his lonesome. That's a very good grenade coming through from Aero. Sends it out towards the revive. It's going to get the vehicle explosion. No, it doesn't. And he sends another one. That one should be on the money. Indeed it is. And down they fall. As Roy Sports Mongolia increased that elimination count to 10. And they're looking for the last player. And it's just going to be Nemo. They are not finding Nemo because Nemo has been found. And it's just a question of who wants to take him out. And Nemo does get taken out and sent back into the lobby. And talk about a chicken dinner again. The first team to get 2 chicken dinners today. It's going to be none other but Roy Sports Mongolia. They put themselves in 3rd position early on. And now they have sealed their spots in that top 3. Because I'm pretty sure this game takes them into 2nd position now. Roy Sports, 2nd time we're seeing them on our screens. 1st time in the map of Miramar. And 2nd time, of course, in the map of Miramar as well. And you can tell that they have their placentas tied to the map of Miramar. As we see Kirito here from CD Sports, absolutely deserved the MVP of the game. 7 eliminations, 1,200 damage, 1 assist. He was tearing players. Kirito and if Scooby didn't get taken out, I believe Scooby would have also been here for that contention because Scooby was also onto something. But anyway, most of the limbs is going to go out to Kirito there, 7. Maxi was also onto something else. He got 6. And Orbit from the side there of Roy Sports also doing himself 4 eliminations there up on board. You'd love to see that one. 9 out of 15 matches played. So, we're running out of matches quickly. Kirito is here. Cyphos is also here. And Maxi definitely has to be here. 1,000 damage for the side there of Maxi. And Cyphos able to get himself 612. And like I said, CD Sports were actually playing so well this game. Love to see that one. 14 eliminations that they were able to get before they went out. Gives them a 2nd place overall finish with 16 points gathered in that game. Inimico held on very, very closely towards the end. And they got themselves 9 points up on board. The Vikings able to put 8 points up on board. And the Vikings, this is a very strong showing from them. This 8 points is going to go a long way on the leaderboards. Trust me. CMF holding up with 7 points. They do put themselves also in that battle, making it harder for the Vikings to actually, overtake them on that leaderboard. The same thing can be said about Undergang Esports, as they also put up 6 points up on board. Raw Esports out there with 5, Zivit with 5, Deadice guys with 4. And I'm pretty sure Deadice guys have been knocked out of that top 3 right now. And they would not have seen that one coming. They held on to the top 2 position for 3 games. And on the 4th game, I think they're out of the top 3 generally. We'll be seeing that in just a little while. The throwables reducing again by numbers. The first game we saw about 200 throwables being used. And right now we only saw 69 currently being used. A good number by the way, but 69 just being used in the map of Miramar. And I believe this was because this Miramar was very high octane. The Miramar ended up very, very it was a little too fast, Everyone was just going at each other. 340 eliminations coming in through, or 340 meters of elimination coming in through from Sanchir. You'd love to see that one. But man, 69 throwables, only 11 rescues were able to come through from 54 knocks. So you do good, just goes to show just how strong they were. Sealy Sports seal their top 1 position. I believe that is what? 22 points lead up against 2nd position in Raw Mongolia, as they have themselves 86 points. Raw Esports Mongolia have been able to play so well today. 3 chicken dinners in total, 2 coming in through from today alone. 48 eliminations. They put themselves up in 2nd position. 3rd is still going to be Deadice guys with 71, just to find themselves 4 points behind the side of Raw Esports. And Underworld Gaming find themselves on the Gang Esports, find themselves 5 points with 66 points, or 5th place with 66 points. CMF currently in 6th, and man, it is getting tight as the Vikings continue to stay awake and put themselves more points up on board. And ladies and gentlemen, now this last game has to be it. The last game of the day is going to be on Erangel. You have to make the Erangel count. And I'm not saying this concerning the number one, number two, or number three team. I'm saying this about the teams that are on 4, 5, 6. The Vikings, UG, Raw Esports. They need to do these numbers. Will they be able to do these numbers? We will find out in the next game. Do not go anywhere. I'll see you guys back when we go into Erangel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 8 Stars Cup Battle of Regions. We have played 4 games so far. We're down to the final game, and it's going to be on the map there of Erangel. So, guys, let's get it pumping. Let's get into it. Really, this is the Erangel game. This is the game I'm going to call the redemption game. This is the game that I'm going to call the game to put yourself there, put yourself in the running, because whatever happens in this game would determine how tomorrow is going to be. If you're able to get yourself enough points as close to that top 3 as possible going into tomorrow's games, you're going to know exactly how you're going to play in order to get yourself into that top 3 position. We're going to see quite the battle going into tomorrow. But without further ado, without wasting any more time, let's get into the fifth and the final game of the day. It's going to be none of that but Erangel. We didn't see ourselves closing up in the map here of Erangel, but guess what? We're going to be closing things up here in the map here of Erangel. I do not know which team I'm really looking forward to, but I'm keeping my eye out on those teams that found themselves on that bubble, around the bubble, around at 60 points ish. I'm looking at the Vikings. I'm looking at the players there from I'm looking at Vikings. I'm looking at all the Raw Esports really, and I really want to see just how well they're able to play going into this next one. The playing path. At this point, I don't know, man. At this point, I don't know what else to say about the playing path. It was almost forgiving. This time it's a little bit better, but as we've already established, regardless of the playing path we get, I think drop spots are hot drops are inevitable. So we're still going to be seeing hot drops regardless of what that playing path is. We do have a little bit of a hot drop looking to be going on through out there in the military island. This time it's not on the military base, but I think it's on Novo Repnonye. Oh man, look at that zone. The zone is up towards that northeast. that was such a nice play though, but it's gonna get taken out. And this happening in the school area of the map. DP28 in close range is not very strong, but CL Sports are able to make it work. 2 players already down. And I believe this is RC. I believe that is the exhibit. And I don't know how to pronounce today, but I know exactly who is getting taken out right now, and it's not looking good for them. They need the points. It is TMT Zivit, I believe. They're the ones that are currently getting taken out, and I see that Ice guys also on that elimination field going out little by little. Now the smoke's already coming in through our apartments. School apartments are such a hard place to push up to. One player is not there for the side there of oh, Mama has put the bicycle in the middle of the road. Oh, that is such a nice play. But anyway, that's gonna be a GG well played. As we do lose our first squad of the day out there in school. They've been taught a lesson, but that is not quite done for CL Sports. They need to continue now, as Stronger Esports now do look to be coming in through for a third party. And in all honesty, if Stronger Esports were reading the elimination feed, they would know that this is not a fight that they want to third party, because all 4 players are still strong and alive. And now they've lost 1 player, make that 2. Kirito is just too good. He's actually just too good. Like, bruh, what are you on, bruv? CL Sports, I already knew that this last game of the day, they're going to go all out. They've done exactly what they needed to do today. So this final game, they can decide to do anything they want to do. Really, the ball is really in their court. And man, Amison sending those grenades upstairs. And now Poison pushing down the stairs. He's been spotted now. And Kirito definitely knows what he wants. He hears that player's moving. He's prepping up that grenade. He's prepping it up once more. As Stronger Esports looking to grab at least 1 revive there. The pre-fires are excellent through the window. And here comes the full push coming in through. Poison falls, but not Chinese. He's able to grab the revive up onto the rest of his teammates. But CL Sports are not having it. They are going to push with the full prowess. And Scooby's got a beautiful off angle. The shots coming in through, the grenades as well. And not Chinese. Currently playing with the smoke, trying to heal up. And they definitely spotted 1. Kirito from outside finds 1. Make that 2 with a jump shot. And the last player there is Deadshot. 8 eliminations, and CL Sports emerge victorious. The kings of school. And they send out Zivits and Stronger Esports immediately back into the lobby. I said it's Stronger Esports. What they had to do was remain in the school. And if possible, get into a vehicle and leave. Because this is not a fight that you want to take. And I believe they've learned the hard way. CL Sports showing them that they reign over the school area and they would accept and tolerate no visitors. I think that does it for all the hot drops that we have, or maybe not. We still have 1 more hot drop out there in Novo Rep Nonye, if I'm not mistaken. I think I might be reading that wrong. But now everyone seems to calm down again, and I love to see that one. And indeed there is. It's going to be the players there from TMT. I thought we lost CM. Oh, no! CFM! All 3 players in 1 vehicle is not good. And Bolt is going to swallow this grenade. And indeed he does. Down he falls. Oh no, he's burning. Fire. No, fighting. What are you doing? He does get it. The water is not working. The water is definitely not working. That's not how the PUBG Mobile works. Realistically, he was supposed to have been cooled off by the water. But nah, Fighting actually did have a very good spot there. And man, JI2, J1, JI2 trying to just thread those bullets through. The shot's coming in through from the side, and it's going to be a nice shot now. Killer to confirm the elimination. Fardin still trying to crawl back for a little bit of a revive there. And CL Sports looking to get started with Dead Eyes guys as well. It does look like everyone's interested in the school area. JI2 pushes up, does get taken out. And that is a GG well played. 3 eliminations found. Dead Eyes guys now currently on the outskirts, getting pushed by CL Sports. As I said, CL Sports, they are free to do whatever they want to do. Right now, it does look like they are going quite all guns blazing up against the players there from Dead Eyes guys. That's a good nade from Scooby. Doesn't quite get the knock though. That's precious. Let's get that thirst onto the player there, Scooby. Let's go. Grenade being prepped up now as he's getting pushed from this down from the stairs, sends the nade down the stairs. It's a good nade, doesn't quite find the knock. He's anticipating the push coming in through from them. And now they're starting to send him grenades. Now he's pushing down the stairs. Oh, goes into the FPP mode. Misfires. Looks for the shots. But Silly Sports gets sent back into the lobby. And you can tell that they knew they've done enough. And right now they're just like, okay, catch me if you can. But I promise you, Silly Sports, in as much as you've got the lead, 20 points, maybe not so much of a lead, you know. But I don't think Silly Sports are not going to make it in. They currently are looking very strong. I feel like going into tomorrow's game, they have 5 games. They can decide to play in 3 of the games and do well in 2 of the games. All I can just tell you is that they can play this game however they want to play tomorrow. And they definitely would do that. But anyway, Roy Sports, they found their way close to the side of Dead Eyes, guys. And this is Roy Sports Nepal. Okay, the black is not Roy Sports Nepal, and the blue is Roy Sports Mongolia. How am I just noticing this? 5 games. It took me 5 games. Anyway, we're down to 11 teams, 41 players left in the game. Roy Sports Nepal not really looking to push up well. They're just prone behind the fence. And I like the idea there from Roy Sports Nepal because they know that in this compound, someone is going to lose his guard. And when that happens, they're going to take them out. Anyway, CMF though, still down to just the 2 players. But right now, they're taking a whole lot of shots. Meheras has to get uprooted from that vehicle. But it does look like he'd survive for the time being. That is a very, very beautiful spray from Memo. If they're taken out last in the final, in that last game, you can tell that CMF are really looking forward to playing this one well. It's a battle of the gunfire right now. Memo, very low on HP, does get taken down, and it's going to be under Gang Esports, clearing them out, getting 2 points up on board. And that pushes CMF out of the race again. If you look at that leaderboard, you see on the Gang Gaming or on the Gang Esports, I've climbed over them. The Vikings are very happy about this one. And those were the teams I said I'm looking forward to. The Vikings, MS, on the Gang, and CMF with Roy Sports Nepal and Rabbit Nepal. And right now, it does look like Roy Sports Nepal have pushed up towards Dead Eyes guys. Raw, Sleepy, getting shot out from behind. As they're trying to send in some grenades now. Oh, Dead Eyes guys they're getting isolated right now. The Molotov is good upstairs, but it doesn't quite go into the right room. And there is one more grenade currently being prepped up as they're awaiting this player to jump downstairs. He's on fire, and he does get knocked down. Up the top of the roof, there is a player there from Dead Eyes guys. He's trying to hold down the fort, grenade in hand, trying to throw it downstairs. As now 3 players have been done and dusted. He sees him on the stairs, and Sleepy doesn't even miss those. 3 eliminations for that man, and 4 eliminations for the squad. Roy Sports Nepal send the players there from Dead Eyes guys packing. Second place now opened up. That's exactly what they needed to do. 4 points already up on board. They just need to double that and add a couple more points, and they will find themselves in 3rd position heading into the final game of the day. I'm pretty sure Roy Sports is going to be happy about that one if they have 2 of their teams making it straight into the grand finals of the 8R Stars Cup Battle of Regions edition. See the shots going out towards the main and I8 crew. It is high voltage. They've shown us to be that one team that knows how to gatekeep. Right now, they do look to be trying to take that fight up against the players there from I8 crew, but they're not quite gonna fight just yet. We're about to get the zone shift. As I said, that zone was towards the eastern side, but the zone this time goes for a western shift, leaving Rozok in play. School is also in play. I'm currently looking at these players there from just Roy Sports Mongolia now. They're getting shot at by the players there from Vikings. Oh! A good grenade, and that is 2 players. Oh my god, Sanchir, that is very beautiful. The trade is initiated, and now the players there from Roy Sports Mongolia have been able to turn the tides now. Arrow gonna get revived now, and the revive is also gonna come through from the other side. Oh no, Sanchir falls, and Roy Sports Mongolia cannot afford to go out just right now. Sanchir looking for a little bit of the run over, but not with the buggy. Not with the buggy, and you can tell Villains said they're very excited about that one. Continue to launch those bullets towards the ground as they eliminate them completely. Oh, 1 run over, looking for 2, not quite able to find it. DBS in the hands, high voltage falls down the Admiral as Domain trying to hold on the last player there for the squad. needs to pull off the heels here. And High Voltage, they've been able to keep their defense on a high. Domain looking to find the shots but cannot find the first buggy. Looking for the next player, cannot find him either. DBS to try to do the work, but the drop shot coming in through. High Voltage, 4 eliminations, and they're looking strong. And now I'm looking towards that center of the circle. We're starting to see the players there from Inimical Monk draw closer and closer towards the boys there from Raw Esports. And this time it is Raw Esports Nepal. We did lose the Mongolian squad. So right now we're left with Raw Esports Nepal in the game. But right now the Vikings now getting pushed by Undergang Esports. Sakura is able to get one player down. Goes in through the smoke. Looks for more, but he drops. Vikings get sent out early. Undergang Esports climb up the top of the leaderboard again. 6 points. And they push themselves to 4th position. 3rd place is open up for them. They're just a couple points out. And right now they're already getting themselves some placement points. So it's just a little bit more points that they need in order to bump themselves into that top 3 to close out the day. And now High Voltage needs to draw closer to the center of the circle. Same thing can be said about the OG Vikings. It was Villain Series Sports that just got taken out. Pardon me for that one. But now everyone needs to head towards the center of the circle. This is stage 2 again, and we've lost a lot of teams. And right now, I'm beginning to not feel good about that Sandhawk being in the center anymore. Because it does look like Sandhawk has just thrown every team off, made every team want to fight. Everyone's forgotten about the strategic part about the game. You know, we're seeing everyone just take shots at every shot they hear. Like the instance you hear the fights, they're just pushing up to it, you know? But anyway, Raw Esports Nepal, they still got a very strong position. They're not going to be forcing anything yet. They're just chilling. I think everyone's going to be chilling. Look at that. Star Esports is still alive. Look, where have you been? Middle shot Star finally graced us in the zone with their presence. Tabby, just keeping tabs on the players there from Raw Esports Nepal. He knows there is that compound in the circle. One thing he's also aware of is that there has to be a team in there. And that is what you call proactivity coming in through. I tell you, it is a heavy comeback coming through from Raw Esports, not going to lie. They have been doing quite okay, quite all right. Finding their way onto the top of the leaderboards. Both Raw Esports teams, by the way. It's not just the Mongolian squad. Oh, Nepal squad though from Raw Esports finds their intro knock. Look at that, quickly. But the return fire is there, so there is a little bit of a trade-off. But I don't think they're going to let that one delay the push though. They're still going to continue up onto that push. As we see the assassin crashing into the compound. Forgets about the Rozok Hill. Because the Rozok Hill has also decided to form up downstairs. Assassin, he hears them upstairs. The grenades have been sent, and it is good. Ryuk is able to find that first knock. And Zordi now coming in crashing. He wants to go in for the third party. Oh, for the off angle, but doesn't quite find him. Needs to continue moving. Zordi, 1 HP. Gonna get uprooted in a matter of time. And Raw Esports Nepal, they've not gotten this one right. They got one knock on the top of the hill. Behind the fence, he's been spotted sleepy. Needs to hit the deck. And he does. Up the top of the roof, we might just get spotted. Inimical are holding the defense quite okay. And that's going to be one thirst coming in through. No, that is not a person. That is just a loot box. The DBS gets... Oh, actually, it's just the sticker there. A beautiful grenade to the roof from Jiggle. Finds the knock onto the side there of Inimical. And that is 2 players now down. Now it is down to 2 players now. Sleepy is going to swallow some grenades coming in through from downstairs. And it is Trans. And I don't know why you went closer to the boxes. You're supposed to stay away from the boxes. And that's actually a good stay out. I'm going to try that one of these days. I'm going to just put the sticker just right on the wall, try to deceive the enemies there. Zordi though, he's got a grenade now currently being prepped out. Baits that push out coming in through. DBS ready, locked and loaded. And he's gonna try to grab the revive now. We do see the players there from MS Star Esports pulling in. High Voltage also pulling in. A lot of teams pulling in for the third party. DBS shots from Zordi. Needs to push up onto this one. FPP mode. Looking for the shots, but he's gonna get dropped. And now Sleepy The last player left, the savior for the side there of Sleepy, or sorry, for Roy Sports Nepal. And he's noticed the third party now. The third party is getting third party because MS Star now have found themselves in a fight with the players there from High Voltage. A little bit of a trade-off going in through between both teams. And Undergang Esports are coming in through from behind as well. It does look like everything is going to end up very fast here in the map here of Erangel. As High Voltage now taking grenades from left, right, and center. 7 eliminations for the squad, so they're still looking strong. Inimical will eventually lose Tixie. High Voltage holding up onto those positions right now. Everyone is huddled up. Everyone is really, really huddled up. Everyone is huddled up out there in Rozhok. We're not going to have to wait for any zone shifts. Because all eyes, all teams out here in Rozhok trying to fight it out. Undergang Esports send it to the top of Rozhok Hill. Look for a knock and they find the first one. Ajaya. He's picked up his form and it looks like Erangel is the map that does it for Undergang Esports. As they get that first knock onto the OG Vikings. There is a trade-off though, as Zincheng is able to find a little bit of a trade. Jimmy is down, one of the strong players there for the side of Undergang Esports. But it's not going to stop them for the time being. The Vikings need to grab 2 revives. Igneous now forms up on the spot. Still driving through. Trying to gather a little bit of information. Bait out some shots. And here comes the support for the side of the Vikings. Undergang Esports grab their revives now. Now they're comfortable taking their splits. They're comfortable driving straight into the fight now. Drawing closer. The revive is there. Now that run over exposes now. That drive to exposes that there's no one in the smoke. It's a beautiful angle currently being held by Spike. And here comes the push. The angle is done the work. One run over has been found by Igneous. He stops the pop. Looks for the second one, but the second run over comes through. It's an excellent push coming in through from Undergang Gaming. Where have you put this prowess all day? 10 points that they've put up on board. And we see them now putting themselves up into third position. We're down to final 3 teams. Star Esports, High Voltage, and Undergang Esports. 3 teams that need to put up the points up on board. High Voltage, we've not really seen them do well since the first Miramar game. And now, heading into the final game of the day, everyone has unlocked the carnage. Everyone just wants to fight. To finish this game as quickly as possible, the zone leaves Rozhok now, goes straight into the school apartments. And everyone needs to move. There's only 9 players left. But High Voltage now comes in crashing. The shots coming in through. Middle shot are not quite able to return the favor. Tabby having to drive away, but he's going to be driving straight into the arms of Undergang Gaming or Undergang Esports. Everyone is trying to get into the school. And the shots are coming in through. Star just get taken out. Undergang Esports. It's a 4v3 now. Undergang with 11 eliminations out here in Erangel. The only time we've seen them pull this off was in the first Erangel of the day. So you do know that Erangel is their map. They know the map in and out. And they are comfortable being aggressive on that map. Meter shot Star. They have also have to get into the zone. They have got to get into that zone. And everyone's just driving around the zone. It's hard to believe that every team was in Rozhok. And Undergang Esports, they're just driving around. We're just going to wait for them to drive around and find each other. This is stage 4. It's a very big zone for just 2 squads. And I think the idea in both squads is that there's solos left in the game. They're driving towards the school area of the map now. They would start to find out now. High Voltage takes some shots now. And I believe Undergang Esports now they are aware that there is at least a squad out there in school. And High Voltage now. Zainis looking to take some shots now from the side. As Igneous spots that there is at least one player in that school. He sees him. He does the damage though. And on the Gang Esports, that is enough. That is all they need. Just that damage done. And now Jimmy sending it straight into the compounds there. Going to the top of the hill there, looking to find themselves one more knock. Oh no, Zinus! He's 1 HP and he gets dropped. On the Gang Gaming, get that first knock. Ajaya does not fall, stays very strong. And every player now has gotten into vehicles. They want to push down. Jimmy gets spotted out there in the floor. The trade initiated, but the push is still going in through. As the rest of High Voltage are out there in the school area, Citra has to welcome Ajaya as he crashes through. And Citra is on the right hand side. Ajaya crashes into the main building of the school apartments. And Jimmy's been spotted. Taken out already from the side. The DBS gets down to Dara. And that is going to be just one more player left in Star to hold up against the prowess, the full squad of High Voltage. A beautiful grenade up to the top of the roof. Does a lot of damage onto Star. Forces the heal out of him. The DBS is there to seal the damage. And High Voltage fall. But on the Gang Esports get themselves the second chicken dinner of the day, their second chicken dinner of the day on the final map of the day in Erangel. Started off the day with a chicken dinner, closed off the day with a chicken dinner. What more could you ask for? Both chicken dinners came with a lot of eliminations, and you just love to see that one coming in through from Under Gang Esports. Played this one very well. I believe they were able to get about 13, 14 eliminations up on that one. That is enough points that they need to push themselves up into third position. Now, the question remains, tomorrow, can they bring that consistency on all the maps? You cannot continue to play consistently only on the map here of Erangel. You need to be able to replicate that good performance on all the maps there. Indeed, they were playing classics. 5 eliminations there for Stars. He's the MVP from High Voltage. 1,075 damage to go alongside it with 1 assist. You love to see that one coming in through from Star there. That is good numbers. That is putting up on board High Voltage. And I did say High Voltage is a team that needed to step up. Going into this final game, they were able to do just that. Now we're going into tomorrow, and we wonder, will these teams be able to replicate or even do better than we've seen them play today? Because today's gameplay was absolutely bonkers, and I really hope we don't have Sanok in the middle so he doesn't throw everyone off anymore. Igneous and Ajaya from Undergang Esports able to find themselves up there in top 3 fraggers there. 4 eliminations apiece. You love to see that one. The both players were absolutely wonderful. Ajaya was just very, very good on finding that entry knock. And Igneous on his off angles were also just as beautiful as well. As he was just putting in those shots towards them. It was just nice to see from them. The most damage has to be Star up here. Sitara also putting himself. And Sleepy, to be honest, I think if there's going to be an MVP of the day, it's going to be somewhere in between Sleepy, Ajaya. Man, there is quite a lot to mention. There were a lot of standout players here today. However, for this map, we did see them actually. These 3 players put up a whole lot of damage there. Only 1 player able to clinch up 1,000 damage there. The match rankings, UG getting 24 points in this first game, or sorry, in this last game. 24 points was what they got from just eliminations in the first game of the day. But look at that. The teams that we needed to step up are the teams that are finding themselves on the first page here. We're looking at the players there from the Vikings. We're looking at Roy Sports. No, maybe not Roy Sports. We're looking at Star Esports. We're looking at Roy Sports Nepal. We're also looking at the players there from in Nimico, also up here. These are players that we said we wanted to see them perform. Even High Voltage putting up numbers. Sealy Sports, as much as they went out early, still put up 8 eliminations up on board, giving them 8 points to at least hold body with. I believe that boosts them to about 116 points on the overall leaderboards. We're going to see that in a bit. But still, that was a whole lot of points that they've been gathered. The throwables used this time reduced again. First round girl, we saw about 200. This one, we're seeing only 98. 15 rescues out of 55 knocks. 4,020 total healing. 59 eliminations coming in through out of, over 60 players. You love to see that one. A couple players going out to the blue zone there, so you love to see it. 13 total headshots, 1 airdrop looted. You love to see that one. And the MVP, after the 10 games played, remains as Kirito on top, and I totally forgot because Sealy Sports were absolutely on fire. Cyphos joining him on there, and Scooby as well joining him there. Three players from Sealy Sports find themselves on here, and Sanchir being the only player there to kind of like separate them. And to be honest, Sanchir is even after Scooby because he's got just 15 eliminations. Scooby's got 23 elims and 13 minutes of survival. Look at that. Not surviving for too long, but doing a lot of damage. 116 points coming in through from Sealy Sports as they gap themselves on the first position. Roy Sports Mongolia maintains second with 90 points, which has been equaled by the players there from Undergang Esports. 90 points as well with 2 chicken dinners. Now, Dead Eyes guys, I've got the work cut out for them tomorrow. A 15 points difference between themselves and the Undergang Esports. Raw Esports, Nepal, the same thing as well, 75 points. And CMF absolutely fell off today. 66 points on board. And they dropped all the way from third. Now they're on sixth. The Vikings find themselves on seventh. MSC Sports or MS Star, as Meter Star, find themselves in eighth position with 55. High Voltage with 55 points. The players there from what's the name? From Villancer out there in 10th. And to be honest, I have to say the battle is really on. Number one does look like the spot has almost gone, but it hasn't almost gone really. Sealy Sports, tomorrow you have 5 games and you still have to pull up with the consistency. I say this because Sealy Sports has got 116 points on board, and following up in second place, which is Roy Sports Mongolia, they have 90 points. So that is just barely 20 points 20 points difference thereabouts, but it is still not enough points, to lead this leaderboards, because you can just tell that these teams are on fire. Look at Undergang Esports. They started today with 24 eliminations, which means tomorrow they could decide to tap into that form again. So right now, I'm going to just be looking at how they're going to be playing tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for staying through with me today. We had 5 amazing games done and dusted. We saw different winners across all the maps. A couple of teams winning 2 chicken dinners as well. Roy Sports Mongolia getting 2. Players there from Undergang Sports also getting 2. Both teams got their chicken dinners on both of the same map. So you just love to see that one coming in through from them. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, same tournament, and we will be crowning the top 3 players that will be representing this region in the 8-hour Star Score Battle of Region Finals. Until then, my name is Crowns, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.